Day, nothing changes. All I want is a moment to think clearly, but thoughts come unrelenting, consuming every waking moment. My mind binds me and I can't escape. I shout for help, but no one hears me. One day I feel I'll just disappear. Lost in this chaos, I'm searching for peace.
Hell yeah. What up, everybody? It's John Escudero, and I'm here with my boy Nick, who is not dead. He is alive.
I'm
Look at him.
back. Look at me. I have risen, haven't I? I am still alive.
I'm happy for him.
Oh,
No
I'm happy
Greg
that you're happy
tonight.
for me.
He might show up midway. We'll lose Nick midway. Things will change, but one thing I will always be with you. I love you
Yay.
all.
That's why we love John.
But yeah, man, it's been a while since we've had Nick on. Happy to have
It's been
you
a
here.
while.
I
What are you
did a
talking about?
thing.
I'm on every week. I don't know what you're talking about.
I did a thing a couple days ago with the good folks over at the Apron Bump podcast. We
Woo.
watched Ring of Honor's 2004 Midnight Express reunion show, main evented by Samoa Joe versus Bryan Danielson. We talked about it on the podcast. It'll be out soon. Next
right.
week. Next
That's
week.
a plug.
I'm pretty sure that we'll get that on the page when it's up there. But we also got Will Ospreay in the house. In the house?
Ooh,
Will
that
Ospreay in the house?
that's an
What
aerial
the fuck is
assassin
that?
right there.
It's crazy. We got Will Ospreay in the house this Friday.
You know what's wild? I've been saving this bombshell in the other part of the house in the backyard. The hangar? Hangman Page? No, I don't really know what's going on with that, but can you imagine?
That would have been nuts. That would have been crazy.
Hey, Hangman Page, don't let Will Ospreay steal the thunder. Join us on Dirt Sheet Radio.
Will Ospreay and Hangman Page are going to be main eventing AEW Double or Nothing with the finals of the Owen Hart Cup. An interesting decision. We will have one half of the AEW Double or Nothing main event. Will Ospreay in the house. Dirt Sheet Radio, 3NT Wrestling, Lashes and Lariats collaboration. Join us. We'll have that out Friday. But
That's
man,
like a super collab.
That's a super collab. We made that happen. But big shout out to Danny Ocean, the man. He made the moves. But yeah,
Danny.
we're talking about Will Ospreay. We're talking about Hangman. We might as well talk about Will Ospreay and Hangman opening AEW Dynamite tonight. We talk about that shit right now. I'll pull up that recap that I had. But yeah, Dynamite tonight was a promo heavy show. I didn't really have a problem with it because
I think all the promos really delivered in their own way.
The promos delivered, the wrestling delivered. I thought I had a fun time with the segments. But I'll pull up my little recap that I typed up that you can see over on the Dirt Sheet Radio social medias, Facebook, Instagram. Check those out. You can follow along with us. But the show opens with Will Ospreay and Hangman Page having a face-to-face ahead of their match this Sunday. Will Ospreay is out. He tells Hangman, do you drink? And the crowd is like, whoa. He's like, no, wait. I haven't meant it in a good way. It's like, that's funny as fuck.
Time to send you back into your demons.
Whoa, don't give him the drink.
Ospreay just turned heel.
He's like, he likes beer. No, he still drinks. I'm pretty sure that wasn't part of the story. He didn't stop drinking. but yeah, he's like, it's their responsibility to bring home bring back that beautiful AEW championship belt that's been gone all this time. Ospreay wants to bring the belt home to his kid, his family. He wants to show everyone back at home what he's become at Forbidden Door when AEW goes to the UK this summer. So that means he has to win the title at All In. Hangman tells Ospreay that will be the biggest professional accomplishment of his career, but it's not professional, Hangman. It's personal. Hangman has wasted 2 years of his life with his feud with Swerve Strickland, just hating him and disappointing his family in his own mind and his child and his wife, and he has to take that championship back. He's disappointed his fans. He has to show them that he is everything they thought he was. And at that moment, I was like, fuck. I don't think he's gonna win the title. I think he's gonna win. That's not the
Dang
right reason, Hangman. They are not disappointed in you. They love you. Oh
it.
no!
Hanger,
I
no.
realized. I was like, oh no! I like that would be such a weird thing in the story if he actually needed to win the belt to make his family love him. Like, no, they actually do love you. They're your, it's your fucking child. You fucking self-loathing idiot. But that is Hangman Page. He is a self-loather.
He clearly means John Silver. He wants to get back in the good graces of the Dark Order.
But yeah, Osprey is like, that sounds crazy. So what are you gonna do about it? Like, so, are you gonna beat my ass? Well, I was like, yeah, that's like, why are you mad at him? It's funny as hell. He's gonna roll over for Hangman. Fans trust Will Osprey, and he has to do his best to do by their trust. Hangman says trust isn't enough to beat John Moxley. What the fuck are you gonna do with trust? What are you gonna do? Osprey
Trust
says.
yourself.
Osprey says, "Yeah, I don't know. That's why I need you to bring your best
I'll figure it out.
because you've beaten John Moxley. So if I can beat you, I can beat John Moxley. But you have to be your best because if you're not at your best, then I won't be able to test myself, and this won't happen." But he says, "If it does happen to be you that wins, I will be happy for you. I hope it's the same." They fucking they cheers. I'll meet you in the desert, bro. And I was like, that was fucking awesome. And then they do this choreographed walk up the ramp, and I was like, no, we were right there.
Right in front of themselves on the Contron.
I was like, we could have gotten to that visual a lot easier than this. Wait for me, and then we'll walk together. And I was like, ah, this is perfect. But this
Honestly,
was
that
good.
they should have had their beers up on the stage by the trophy.
Yeah, walk up to go get the beer, and then we were both looking up
Yeah.
at the thing. There was probably a less heavy-handed way to get to it, but it was still awesome. It was an awesome opening segment. What did
Oh
you think?
man, I love this opening promo battle. I mean, I think a lot of people talked about how this show, because I'm looking at there's only like 3 actual matches, but it doesn't have to be on the go home show. It doesn't have to be just pure wrestling, because this was a match of when it came down to both these guys talking to one another, and it wasn't just talk. There was passion behind everything that they were saying, and I felt it. And when I, a fan, am feeling what they are saying, I am even more interested in what they're going to be selling at the pay-per-view. And quite frankly, I've been seeing even notable haters online even talking about how this is the match that they're looking forward to. And so, for these two guys to be able to pull in everyone who both loves and hates them, I have a good feeling about this. And I think, they definitely did a great job of further emphasizing the importance of this match. And I think it's definitely kind of ballsy to put this in on the main event spot, because as they said before, they're going to be following several hours of fantastic wrestling plus Anarchy in the Arena. So there's not much that can really follow that. But I think beyond just the importance of this match with these two top guys, I think it also helps to showcase the importance also for the Owen Hart tournament.
There's that, and I also think there's a narrative reason. Um, I wonder if the Young Bucks are going to factor into this at all. Um,
Especially if it's right after Anarchy in the Arena.
yeah, yeah, because I don't think I guess the Young Bucks. If it had been the other way around, it might work better now. If for what I'm thinking, because I'm thinking Hangman has his situation with the Bucks that he has to deal with, but I don't know if they would want to do a fuck finish on such a big match like Hangman versus Will Ospreay as an AEW main event.
Right,
Like,
with all the promo and build.
I also
Plus,
remember that he has that situation with the Young Bucks and Swerve Strickland, and we're kind of building towards Swerve and Hangman possibly teaming up instead of hating each other. And I'm like, that's the thing that's keeping me from believing that Hangman's going to win this match against Will Ospreay. So I wondered if that was why we put Anarchy in the arena before the Hangman match.
I think it was a good call, at least to keep everyone else that these two guys have been involved with separate, and to keep them involved in other stuff. Because again, I think it really just adds to the aspect of really this can go either way. I do lean more towards Will Ospreay, but I could see like for different reasons. And I think having the Bucks sort of siding with the Death Riders, I think it's very interesting dynamic in the sense that that kind of makes it to where I don't know where this main event's going to necessarily go. And while I don't really foresee the Hangman, I think Hanger still does have at least somewhat of a realistic chance at winning it.
I
Y'all
want
in.
Hangman to win. I need Hangman to win.
Gotta have the
Actually,
cowboy at y'all in.
that would be beautiful. That would be perfect because it's Texas. Because it's the Cowboy Hangman Adam Page.
Exactly.
Sometimes Tony Khan gets these layups, these obvious, easy fucking layups, and he'll just go around them, and I don't understand why. like this Hangman thing is so perfectly set, but I guess the Hangman thing is so perfectly set. Like he could have been the guy to save AEW from the Death Riders because he's the main character of AEW and it's Texas and he's the cowboy. But they're in the middle of this arc that they've been doing all this time, this character arc for Hangman, and they can't pivot from that. And so I get it, but I'm also like, God, this is such a unique opportunity to do this big thing with Hangman in Texas, and
Right.
we're not doing it.
They might not have that opportunity again. And like you said, Hangman is basically, for the longest time at least, the main character of AEW. And Will Ospreay 100% is one of those guys that you can easily build the whole company around. And I think they're taking advantage of that. But I also feel like they're taking advantage of that kind of long-term story they're building of Hanger. Just like he said, it's been how many years, and he's still waiting for that shot. And why do I have a feeling that he's going to continue to be looking out that window for like another year at least?
I know, man. I guess his story isn't at a place where he needs to win the world championship. Like I'm thinking of it narratively. I'm thinking of it like an actual show or an actual movie. When he said the words, "I need this championship to make my wife not be disappointed in me anymore." Like, but he didn't say it like that. He said it in a way that made it seem like he's the one who believes that his wife is disappointed in him, and he's the one who believes like his child is disappointed in him, and he believes the fans are disappointed in him. And I guess a character needs to learn that that's not true. They have to figure it out on their own. So winning the world championship isn't really gonna help Hangman
I,
here.
I just love like the fact that I nearly murdered a guy and burned his house down. They forgave me for that, but not having the world championship,
Right?
that's the family can't deal with this, man.
Good old Hangman. In his self doubt. I've been there. I feel you,
Right.
Hangman.
No, listen, Hangman is the personification of the male mental health experience. I know that tweet or whatever was posted really was meant to be somewhat of a meme, but honestly, I 100% agree and see that because there's all the doubt, there's drinking through your feelings, there's all those aspects of letting the inner saboteur damage how you personally feel and letting that kind of cloud your own judgment, and you lose a title as someone that almost ruined the company.
I don't think it's just a meme. I think that they're genuinely. I think not them. I feel like a lot of this is Hangman. I suspect that Hangman has a lot of these details down on his character, and he's the reason why they can keep that character arc rolling for so long because there's such inconsistency in the way certain things are booked on the show. I'm like, what's the X factor here? It's Hangman, right? Like
Yeah.
he's the consistent ingredient. Like I imagine he's doing some of the heavy lifting on the character stuff.
And the issue too is he gets stronger and stronger every time he loses and doesn't get what he wants. So that's another one of those aspects where he could easily take the loss here, and we can just propel Will Ospreay up to the heavens, so he can be a super aerial assassin, the aerial assassin,
The
and
aerialist.
exactly. And Hanger can just continue to drink his troubles away and get stronger slowly and surely. But another year, sorry, Hanger.
Maybe next year. But yeah, my great segment.
There's always
We
next year.
we opened the show with the Young Bucks and John Moxley in their
Sorry about.
super team.
Did,
Huh?
did you see too when Hangman and Osprey were walking to the back, and then on the Contron they tried to do a real slick transition, but they didn't change cameras right away, so you saw like Moxley's like big bald head on his screen being blocked by the trophy.
I I did catch that awkward moment. I thought that was funny as fuck because it's like 3 extra seconds where they should have faded away, but then it doesn't even fade. They just like blink. And they feel like fucking forget it.
Oh, you could tell they wanted to do something cool and it didn't work out there.
Moxley tries to do his entrance in the hallway, and it's supposed to just be silent so he can talk, but there's just one guy going, "Woo, Moxley, Moxley," and the security like desperately trying to tell him like, "Stop, please stop, Moxley." It's fucking. Oh god, it's so fucking ratchet.
It was
It's so
also like an unnecessarily awkwardly long time of pure silence. So that guy kind of did us a service by breaking that.
yeah. So it's John Moxley and the Young Bucks against Swerve Strickland and the Ops, Samoa Joe, and Hobbs. Fucking Young Bucks come out with white shield vests because they're teaming with John Moxley. Funny as shit. But this match was fucking great.
Yeah.
This match was awesome. I have a blast with these AEW All Star tag matches that they've been doing the past few weeks.
Yeah,
But
I think too. You got some of the best of the best. Was it just here, or was I like a little confused? I mean, I didn't get the chance to look at the match card like I usually do before the show goes live, and the way they said it. Like the way they described it as like an all-star trio match instead of trios, I was like, "Who are the three guys going into this?" And like Moxley, the Bucks, like those three.
uh, I missed that. I missed that entirely. I'm trying to find some clips because this match was just high paced, fast paced, high quality. They were going fucking 90 miles an hour.
It
It
was
was
hard to
fun.
keep up with, and for those of you who follow the Dirt Sheet Radio page, I'm sure you often catch whenever John and I like post different like clips and pictures from the events. I mean, this was one of those matches. It was really hard to try to find anything to kind of grab because again, it was like John said, a million miles an hour. The one I was able to grab that was notable that I'll say was both Swerve and Joe doing the walk off while the Bucks just freaking plant into the ground, and then it's like
Oh,
Bucks is
that
like,
was
all right,
great.
I'll take this. And Hobbs just stands up there like a freaking brick wall and stops Moxley in his tracks.
Oops, I think the goddamn volume is up on that one. I was trying to show it to the people who are watching on video. Sorry to those who aren't, our audio folks at home. But yeah, no, just like you mentioned, uh, double walk off. Moxley stopped by Hobbs. Hobbs looks great. Hobbs is a lot better in this spot than Hook would have been. I
I
thought.
agree. And that's coming from someone
I
that
don't know.
appreciates Hook.
I really like Hook. Like same. I agree with you, Nick. But Hobbs is just I don't know. Obviously, he's bigger. It's wrestling. Unfortunately, that's just what it is. I think
I
he's
mean,
just
he's
big.
really,
What do
yeah,
you think too?
he's been coming into his own, I have to say. And I think about when Greg often says, "May he rest in peace." I think about how Greg says that there's a lot of wrestlers that they have these different aspects to them, and they don't really always find the ways to really put those pieces together. And I really think, especially in like the last several months, Hobbs came into his own by putting all those right pieces together, and he has felt like such a star recently.
I look at him and then I look at Adam Cole, who has the TNT Championship and isn't doing anything significant with it.
I
And
already
I
forgot
think
he was
that
the champion.
I know. I think that they're making an effort to keep the TNT Championship on TNT, but that really doesn't do anything for Adam Cole. That's not doing anything for Adam Cole.
Right.
He's forgotten about completely.
Let's see. Ever since
Mm.
winning the title, he's had one defense, and that was it.
The same thing happened to fucking Daniel Garcia, who they worked so hard to retain from the WWE and
Right.
giving the title and then almost forgetting about. Uh, so yeah,
And poor Garcia just has to wrestle basically like the same grouping of like six different guys filtering in and out, maybe sometimes in like a trio match. Because it was either
I
him taking on SP or Undisputed.
that's right. They were fucking bullshitting with him too. I
Just
don't know what
back and
happened
forth.
with Daniel Garcia. Like, what did he do wrong? anyway, great match that Swerve Strickland wins by rolling up one of the Young Bucks, who I didn't catch.
Swerve's house.
Swerve's house. Swerve. I still can't even tell, even watching the footage. So, post match, Joe and them, he grabs the mic and he's like, "You guys aren't going nowhere. We're gonna beat your ass before you leave this building. I swear to God, I'm gonna kill you." Uh, Great stuff all around. MJF backstage with his lawyer, Smart Mark Sterling, and his excuse me, fucking Hurt Business's lawyer. They do this. They're setting up for this contract signing in the ring, which they do come out for. They're all signing the contracts. MJF is officially part of the Hurt Business. They're interrupted by fucking Dustin Rhodes and Sammy Guevara, and this is rough. This is real rough. Dustin was, I don't know what was, he's not usually, like, he's been doing this for a long time. This isn't
Right.
usually a problem for him, but he was stumbling across his words. It was silence for their entrance. It was silence for the promo. I was like, damn, this is what MGF and them are dealing with right now. Like, this is what we're going to the pay per view with. That's kind of shitty. Kind of makes all this feel
Yeah.
pointless.
I'm also a little disappointed because you got four guys there. You got MJF, MVP, Shelton Benjamin, Bobby Lashley. Sons of Texas are a group of four, too. I'm a little disappointed we didn't get the Von Erichs up in here, too, with them.
I thought they were hurt or something.
Did they come back fairly recently? Unless they got re-hurt again, and I'm not aware of that, though. I just remember when they first started their podcast, they said that they're coming back and that they just signed full-time. So if they got hurt, I'm really disappointed.
We'll be back, Tony. Stop paying these people to do nothing. Oh my god. Please.
I went
Anyway.
into this segment though very nervous because you know how any type of official contract signing or ceremonial anything in pro wrestling, 99% of the time it's not gonna really end too well. And I think to a degree this didn't, but I was afraid MJF's gonna do something silly, and maybe he was planning to, because when he announced himself as the new whatever, I almost thought he was going to announce himself as the new leader of the Hurt Syndicate, not just a new member, before he got cut off by the Sons of Texas.
When MVP said we're gonna welcome a new fourth member tonight, and he didn't say MJF, I thought they were gonna introduce Cedric instead. It's like, oh god, no. But it went pretty straightforward, which was a surprise. And like I said, then the Goldust thing happens, and I was like, this sucks. This Danny Guevara is just standing there like an NPC. I was like, this is fucking ridiculous.
I am so disappointed we didn't get like any type of like a Gold Dust reference because of all the gold in the ring and MJF's jacket.
I don't know why. What it was about this suit. I'm not a fashion guy, but my mom watched a lot of fashion stuff, and I sat next to her, so I've got like fashion intuition that I can't articulate. So I see Sammy Guevara's suit, and I'm just like, I don't know what it is about this outfit right now, but he looks like a fucking goof. Standing next to Goldust right here. I can't. I'm looking for a clip, but I can't. I'm not pulling it up. It's not happening for me.
See, I'm gonna give at least Dustin. He did throw out some emotion, and while he did stumble here and there, he did a great job of keeping it going, rolling with the punches as a good veteran would. Sammy was just there, like there's nothing notable there.
He's just smiling.
I almost feel like Sammy was just like, "Hey, Dustin, my throat's not doing too great, so I'll need you to do all the talking. Thank you."
But yeah, no. So that happened.
Is their lawyer Flash Flanagan?
Honestly, I'm not sure. I'm not sure who that person is. I've never seen them before.
I'm just saying from like the side profile. I also love anytime we get to see Mark Sterling as someone's legal representation. I'm actually a little disappointed that nobody brings in David Otunga as their legal representation.
He still works for WWE.
Does he?
Yeah, he's in their legal team.
Well, that'll do it.
That doesn't that make sense?
All right, take two. I'm a little surprised nobody brings in Chris Nowitzki.
I did like MJF calling Sammy and Dustin white trash honkies.
There's
Like
Sammy.
you just got to the Hurt Business. He just it's like that's funny as fuck. But yeah, I finally found that clip, which is way too late.
And MVP was just tearing into the crowd and everyone.
He was doing extra just heel work to this crowd. I think he genuinely doesn't like this place.
He kept insulting MJF, and they were talking like nothing good was ever said in Albuquerque. Y'all never watched Breaking Bad.
No, that's very true. That's the only thing I can think of in Albuquerque. Oh, and the left turn that Bugs Bunny always makes.
Ah, yes. I was also going to throw out Better Call Saul up until like the last season.
I can watch Better Call Saul. I haven't seen Better Call Saul yet at all. Not a minute, not a moment of it.
All right, so our new show is going to be we're going to watch and dissect every Better Call Saul episode to lead us into Breaking Bad.
I'm so not looking forward to seeing all of the characters younger but played by older versions of themselves. It's gonna be a weird thing to get over, but I've heard it's really good.
It is. I'm not personally a fan of a good chunk of. I shouldn't say that. I'm not personally a fan of like the last couple episodes of season 6, which I believe is the final season. But apart from that, I think it's one of the best shows. If you're going to do a prequel, that's the way to do it.
Awesome. I love it. Don't get me started. But Kazuchika Okada versus Mike Bailey is official for Double or Nothing. No surprise there. We also got Mercedes Moné announced for a match against Reina Isis from CMLL. And then we got our old...
the people that aren't going to watch it just going to be like, oh, she's named after Isis.
Oh my God. We did get a face-to-face with Mercedes Moné and Jamie Hayter. Mercedes out-dressed like Beyonce because she used to be Beyonce of professional wrestling. I don't think you can trademark that. But
you're going to receive a big letter in the mail.
This was really good as well. It ends with Mercedes getting killed with the haterade. And then Tony Storm kind of interrupts their moment, but she's just making her way to the commentary table for the main event. How did we get here so fast?
It's time for the main event. This show really did fly by, though.
Didn't it?
Because
Didn't it?
because all of a sudden I'm just like, wow, it's like almost 9 o'clock over here. That's crazy. And there was only like one thing left.
I had fun. I had fun. I thought this was good. But we followed, like I said, we followed this up with Mina Shirakawa versus Julia Hart,
With the good
and
theme
now
song.
with the good theme song, I think we can unmute for this. I thought
Look at her go. Look at her go.
I'm gonna learn this fucking ah, 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 ah. I got this shit.
Our audio listeners are a little confused right now.
The audio listeners are like, what the fuck? Well,
The ones that listen to this in the car just pulled over.
You just missed history. I'm gonna fucking learn the whole thing. I swear to whatever gods all of you believe in. I'm gonna fucking learn this dance and I'm gonna make it the intro to this show. Nick, you and I learn it separately and we'll
combine.
video edit it into
We gotta
Yeah,
edit it in such a way where the new intro to this show is like, I'm over here, you're over here, and she's like in the middle, and we're like all synchronized.
Yes, yeah. God damn it. Gotta deliver on that.
What have we done? Now people are gonna expect this.
I expect this.
Yeah, I need it.
I need this. Mina Shirakawa versus Julia Hart was interesting because all right, so it wasn't a bad match, right? It wasn't a bad match, but Julia's what the fuck am I gonna sound like saying this shit? But Julia's footwork was crazy. I mean, she was all over the place. Mina would like drop kick her knee, and Julia would like just fall face first. Like,
She wasn't jumping for some of these things. She was just falling. She was dropping.
She fell on. She like tripped onto Mina like a couple times. I forgot what it was. It was supposed to be like a sling blade, but all she did was fall backwards. She just fell on top of Mina. It was a little bit rough for Julia Hart tonight.
There's something too, where it was like the she was doing like some sort of like a crystal bomb or something in the corner, and I just saw Julia collapse down on her. I was like, well, that wasn't good. You're supposed to jump.
It was like I said, it was a little rough, but it wasn't a bad match. I had fun with it. Mina Shirakawa wins. No surprise there. Tony Storm or Julia just attacks Mina, and then Sky Blue comes out. They're friends still. Good. I didn't know this is the thing.
She got a power boost because she was back home last week.
That's right. She's been on TV. Every time they go to Chicago, you can guarantee Sky Blue's gonna be around.
She got to go back to Schaumburg and really just gain the field power bonus.
No, but Tony ends up saving Mina, and then they end up brawling, and then it gets broken up, and you think this show is over.
Well, remember, Tony kind of let Mina get beat up a little bit.
She did let Mina get beat up for a little while. Look, we have a guest in the building who's not a guest. He lives here.
It's Greg.
It's Greg.
Greg missed the surprise I had earlier.
Greg.
What? Oh Jesus.
No, it was great. He's got a great surprise that he showed us. It was incredible. You got to tell that story. But Greg, we're talking about the post match and the main event of Dynamite, which was Mina Shirakawa and Tony Storm brawling but saving each other first.
Okay,
What would you?
geez, you guys got through that quick then, because I didn't. I saw when I saw you guys were on. You were talking about MJF, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. I haven't seen that part of the show.
To be fair, the show flew by.
I guess so. I didn't turn it on till like 9, and it was Ricochet versus who the fuck did Ricochet beat?
Bowens.
Oh fuck! I skipped
That's
that
right.
match. That's why
Really? Is
it
that how
went
you
fast.
feel about Ricochet? God damn it!
No, you know
You
what
a
happened
thorough
was I
runner and
forgot to
bald?
And Tony Bowens.
I'm not looking at my own recap like a fool. I
Oh,
was on Twitter looking for fucking clips and shit to play. Did you see that sign during the Ricochet match with
wasn't it the bald
Bald.
with other
with
bald
the fucking
people?
bald people? Yeah, look at these fucking people. Look at this discrimination. I am
Yeah,
not a
It's
fan
Taz.
of this
it's
bald
Taz.
people discrimination we got going on here.
Hey,
It's
we got
just
a few
weird that there's
repeats.
that many bald people, but it's become a Ricochet gimmick.
There's that many bald people in the company, all bald wrestling, ABW. I get it. I get it.
None of them cared that like Briscoe's bald when he smacks Ricochet's head.
Right?
Mac
Yes.
in the comments plugging his own podcast. That's crazy.
His
That's
birthday show. Let's get
crazy.
this guy out of here. Yes, back
This
to the beach.
guy.
1996, 9 days. We are going to be talking about the WCW show that I would love to be able to write a book on because I have so many notes already, and this is just for the news going in and out of the event because it is such a history-making show.
It is. It is. Bash at the beach. We're gonna do a big one. Nick and Mac will be there. I might. I'm trying. We'll
Do
see.
it. Join us.
Oh yeah, Ricochet versus Mark Briscoe did. Excuse me, versus Anthony Bowens
Whoa.
happened. Anthony Bowens, this is his first Dynamite since he got the new music and the new presentation, right?
Is it?
Yeah, he did a couple collisions, I know.
Mm,
Yeah, that doesn't bode well. I don't know. Like he got them to give him the music, but the presentation is not that different. He is still Anthony Bowens, the scissor guy.
Yeah, with the half shirt.
And
guys, have you seen this long-haired Lesnar?
I wanted to bring that up too after Dynamite's over, but this Anthony
If it was
Bowens.
flowing nicely.
It's crazy how Max Caster was like more over than Anthony Bowens right now, and Max Caster was the one that they threw away.
Yeah.
Like Max
Yeah.
Caster was doing like the garbage
Let's
open
go,
challenges,
Max, you're
and,
the best wrestler alive.
I
and
hate how
he
much.
got
I hate how
that
much
shit
that fan
over.
base. I hate how much that fan base just eats up garbage sometimes because it's
Let's
ironic.
go, Max! You're the best wrestler around.
Let's see. We last saw Max getting killed by Rhino on May 8th at a Ring of Honor taping.
They had to cool that shit down to get in the Zack Ryder. They gave him the Zack Ryder because this wasn't supposed to work. We paid for licensed music for this guy over here. He's supposed to be the pride of AEW. But I don't know that that's gonna click. I don't know. We'll see. But he's got this match against Ricochet. He loses by way of scissor to the head. Ricochet
That
using
was brutal
scissors
too.
and fighting the scissor guy is not a connection that I actually made until that moment. I was
That's not a
like,
connection I made until just
oh.
now.
I was like, oh, that's why. So I'm assuming they'll revisit this after the pay per view, and maybe Owens will get his win on a bigger stage or something like that. Because you pay for all this music and this new gear, and he got a new finish, and it's like he's still being used like a jobber. That's crazy. But so I imagine there's got to be something coming from this scissor versus scissor or something. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, throw something there.
I see what the problem is.
With the
There were
scissors?
with the speed in which you went through the show, there were 3 matches, and you talked about and you skipped one of them.
Yeah.
To be fair, I think because we went for like promo to promo, and that's what led to the skip. Also,
Yeah.
what a tag team for the Ring of Honor taping, Rhino and Hologram.
That's today?
There was stuff they taped at the Masonic Temple in Detroit.
Oh wow, is that what it's called? That sounds kind of
Sounds scary.
freaky.
Is that
Rhino
why
did
the
two
ring sounds
matches.
better?
Yeah, pretty much. Because we had Rhino and Hologram, and then after that, Rhino took on Max. You're the best wrestler alive.
I didn't even see that. Max said I'm a different bald. Why would you-
That's
you
literally
don't
just
get
like
to
saying you were one of the good ones.
you don't get to say that, Max.
Yeah, I have bald friends.
You don't, you don't get to say that either, Nick. Uh, especially you. Anyway,
What?
it looks like the show's over. The Young Bucks are leaving. They're foolish. They said, we got away from Joe. He's not going to get us tonight. We'll see you." And immediately Samoa Joe.
Hubris.
And just 1 second later, Samoa Joe and the rest of the ops and fucking not the rest of the ops. Samoa Joe, Hobbs, Kenny Omega, and Swerve attack, and then it becomes anarchy. And they did the thing
In the arena.
where I think the music was supposed to play the whole time. I think it was supposed to play as if the show was ending and then not stop playing. But somebody stopped it and then awkwardly restarted it for no reason
If
as they
this,
were fighting.
if what they say is true, this is why you need to do your pre-production shows, Tony.
I love the
That's
idea
funny
that they
because
just
they
didn't have a loop set up, and they're like, "Oh crap, we got to restart."
that's funny because somebody said that about a planned segment.
Really?
What, like last week? Somebody tweeted like you should have production things, but it was literally like a work thing. And I was
Yeah.
like, but this time, this is what they should have responded to. But
Yeah.
more likely, that person isn't smart enough. Uh, Max has a bunch of new salty. Whoa, what are we talking about?
I'm not sure, honestly.
Whoa.
I mean, it's
Do they
right.
do
This
they have bald
happens.
friends?
This does happen, but
Um, I will say, it feels like, like imagine if you were watching the show and like and like New Jack's music just stopped.
fucked up the whole thing.
I don't know.
Like
why
you can
that's
start
so
it
funny.
again, but everyone knows now.
Yeah, exactly. But it was still anarchy is what they want. They wanted to give you 5 minutes of literally the anarchy in the arena match before you go to the pay per view, and I like when they do that. I like when WWE randomly has the Hell in a Cell at the last
Nice.
Raw, like, and they just fight in it, or like in the show finishes.
Just
I like
yeah.
that.
It's a lot weirder
The
live, but yeah.
Yeah, it's the
right.
logistics too of just like we had to set this up for just this like 5 minutes, and then we got to take it all down and send it somewhere else and set it all back up again.
Yeah.
But for
If you
this,
bought a ticket, you're sitting there the entire night just going like, "What's that for?"
Yeah, you show up and it was not advertised. You're just like, "Aw."
in today's day and age, that immediately gets out. Everybody's
Yeah,
like, the Hell in a
there's
Cell
photo of
is
it,
here
right?
now,
Let's
live.
set this on the social media.
Doom,
Fucking,
doom, 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 doom.
it's chaos. Everybody's fighting everywhere, and then all of a sudden, Gabe Kidd appears. Now, this is a surprise because earlier in the night they announced the teams for Anarchy in the Arena, and he was not on the team. And I was like, what the fuck? Why is Gabe Kidd not in Anarchy in the Arena? What the fuck was all this for then?
Because
Like,
anarchy.
it is literally anarchy. So,
Anarchy in the booking room.
but he does appear. So I was like, oh, you're still here. He attacked Samoa Joe. He gave the Death Riders and the Young Bucks the advantage. They're able to put down Team Kenny, Swerve, whatever the fuck you want to call these guys, because there's 6 of them. They die. They're both put through tables.
That's the end of the
It
line.
was, and that ends the show. We're going into Anarchy in the Arena. The teams are Kenny Omega, Swerve Strickland, Samoa Joe, Powerhouse Hobbs, and Shibata,
And Willow.
and Willow Nightingale against the Young Bucks, John Moxley, Yuta, Claudio, and Marina Shafir.
Mm.
And Gabe Kidd is a wild card who isn't in the match, but he's involved. And I can only imagine this means finally, fucking finally, Ed Kingston's coming back. This has got like who? Why else is
You're
Gabe
gonna
Kidd
be in for a
just
real
a?
surprise when they send Hook.
I'll
Ah,
actually slit my wrists. But I don't think I can say that.
wait,
I'm
can,
gonna
is it?
apologize.
Where are they doing it?
What do you mean? Oh, in the at the pay per view, I Double or Nothing,
The Desert
but
Right,
Shield
you
but
Arena
like where?
in Glendale, Arizona.
Arizona.
Oh, they
Uh,
said it was a desert, right?
yeah. Meet me
Oh,
in
we
the
can't.
desert, bro.
Oh, we can't do the bat signal there.
No, it doesn't work. No. I say Eddie Kingston because also earlier in the night they made sure to mention on commentary that Gabe Kidd broke Eddie Kingston's leg, and I was like, there it is. There
Mm.
it is. He's here.
Yeah, that
He's
would be the
here.
cue. That would be the cue.
They've
Me
been
too. I
slowly
missed.
transitioning Tony Schiavone out of commentary, so that's why we're not going to hear it's the signal.
They have. You noticed that? I was
Are
like, did
they?
Ian Riccaboni finally take the job? I'm okay with this.
Because that's the thing, Schiavone's still there. He still does like some of the interviewing.
Is the contract coming up?
He has a different job though. Tony Schiavone backstage has a bigger job than commentary.
Yeah,
He's like a liaison between Tony Khan and talent.
At least somebody's gonna talk.
Yeah, he's like that guy. He's got like calm situations down and shit. Tony doesn't have to hear
You know
about
why?
this.
It's because Shivani has like 18 children, so he knows how to do the job.
He also
that's
doesn't
how he
seem like a guy
survives
who takes
Lois.
people's shit, right? He doesn't seem like a guy who takes shit.
No, he does not.
What it is Schiavone tells Lois, and Lois tells the rest of the crew.
Oh god damn it!
That's what it is. You got to deal. She's
Yeah,
very
delegate.
strong.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm excited for the pay per view on Sunday. Double or Nothing, the sixth edition of Double or Nothing. 6 years of AEW so far. We've been here for them all so far. It's really weird, right? I've been watching this promotion since it started. What the fuck you want to tell me? But
Jimmy Havoc, am I right?
oh no, he was supposed.
You were supposed to
Lucky
be the
Darby.
hardcore pillar.
Look, unlucky for him, Darby Allin existed. But yeah, fucking fun times, fellas. What did you think
Still trying to
of
get off the
Dynamite
mountain,
tonight?
isn't he?
He is up there, but Darby Allin on top of the mountain. Let me tell you something right now, okay?
Oh, okay.
They did this Will Ospreay Hangman thing. It's this. They got the fans all wrapped up in one of these men. These are the guys, the new Mr. AEW and the original Mr. AEW. One of these guys has to be the one to take out the Death Riders. And they've set it up that way. They've even said it now on television. It has to be one of us, bro. We've got to bring the title back.
Love.
If John Moxley chokes one of these dudes out at that pay-per-view in Texas, you are going to, one, you're going to actually start a riot. And two, you're going to completely lose the fucking fan base. They're not waiting for Darby Allin. We're not waiting for Darby Allin to come off this mountain and win the title in fucking Seattle at a Grand Slam or some shit.
Moxley retains it, y'all, and I don't know what I'm gonna do
Holy
with my life.
shit. That's
Yeah.
like a severe failure. I
Like
can't
all
imagine.
you need is just fucking John Moxley beating all these fucking top guys just to come back and have his beefy ass lose to Darby Allin, who's been living off almonds and protein drinks for the last 3 months.
Hangman or Will Ospreay couldn't do it, but Darby Allin did. That would
Listen,
Who hasn't been training and hasn't been
I gotta
actively
say,
wrestling.
like Darby's gonna show up, and it's gonna be like father and son. Big Moxley is gonna just be like, "Ooh, he doesn't have a tan, brother. I'm gonna have to go over, dude."
it's not gonna be cute booze. people like, oh, this is a heel ending. Like it's gonna be like bullshit. Like this is bullshit. Like people are gonna be throwing trash.
John, it's not a
They're
heel
going,
ending. It's a heel ending because Tony Khan's the heel there.
oh
Mm.
my god, that would be rough. I can't. Don't let that happen. But he is coming back, and honestly, Darby and Moxley's thing doesn't even need the belt. You should do it based off of what honor or whatever. Like John Moxley, you're a piece of shit. I looked up to you. Now I don't anymore. And it's that simple. It's fucking wrestling. Like
I climbed a mountain. You didn't.
Yeah, but I think across the board we've both seen that there's been just this weird inability to book pro wrestling without championships sometimes. Like people
I
just
don't
don't know how to
draw.
write.
I do not know what's wrong with wrestling in that regard. Like they literally hire Hollywood writers all in both companies. They had that Jennifer Pepperman lady in AEW. They've got the whole team of monkeys in WWE. Like, come on, bro. Like, Swerve not winning. Swerve not winning felt bad, but like it also was like, like it's also AEW Dynasty, and there was always that. Like there was always like, maybe not
We're too
yet.
close to the
Maybe
big show for the blow off.
like that was always there. Now this is like the big show. Like,
It's a big
when
Texas
else?
Stadium.
When else do you blow this off?
Never.
Not the old Texas Stadium, but the one the Rangers play.
Virtual champion.
The
Right.
big Texas Stadium, goddamn.
He's got to surpass
Uh-huh.
Roman.
No, it's not the big Texas Stadium.
It's the big Texas Stadium. But yeah, no, listen. 6 years of AEW. I didn't prepare these guys. I didn't say take your time thinking of 6 years of AEW moments that you want to bring up. So that means that it's gonna be better because if you can't think of it now, is it actually one of your favorite moments?
Do you even care about AEW?
John says maybe prep is for bitches.
Rap.
Maybe you're
We
just
do
not
this
even a
shit.
wrestling fan.
We do this shit live, baby.
Oh my god.
I like the idea that like he puts us on the spot, but then John's got like this whole like paper, the whole dissertation.
Actually, I've prepared for this moment. No, I also, I
I've
don't
been
prepare for
waiting for it
anything.
for 5 years.
No, man. Obviously, AW, right? It's like I'm not gonna be like it changed my life, but American wrestling really, mainstream TV wrestling, fucking sucked before AEW came around. Like before AEW came around, it was rough. WWE was rough. We were watching Ring of Honor die slowly on its own. Like, no, what are you doing? And New Japan was the one with the show to watch. It was like we'll just watch New Japan if you were
But it's
into
not a
wrestling
TV
as
program.
alternative to WWE, but it wasn't a TV program. You had to stay up to 2 a.m. to watch it. And it came on once a month, once every other month. It wasn't even like 12 New Japan pay per views to watch. There were like 4 if you were into casually, or 8 if you watched all of them.
Yeah.
So that was before AEW came around. That was what we had. And AEW became a place where they tried to centralize all of the alternative styles of wrestling, and it's sometimes more successful than it is other times. But I'm fucking glad that it exists because it also forced WWE to get better. And I mean, people will deny it until their fucking face turns blue. But go to hell. Like we've seen how history works, especially with WWE. They always work better when they have a fire lit on their ass because they have someone they can steal from. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that.
It's
But,
like a part you're supposed to keep mentally locked in there out loud.
that was that wasn't supposed to be heard. That's the silent part. Anyway,
In fairness,
WWE's
it feels like they always found someone to steal from since they spent 8 to 10 years trying to rip off the Bullet Club gimmick as best they could.
they
We'll
they
see,
did it
baby.
to ECW. They did it to ECW. They did it to WCW. They've done it. It's just is what it is. But
How can we
It's
make this
genuinely
ours?
it's genuinely better. Like wrestling on American television is better across the board, and you can argue that there's peaks and valleys even now, but still, in the general sense,
He
I'm,
says,
I'm
not watching NWA Power.
I meant mainstream TV wrestling. Other guys, WWE and AEW make cable television wrestling worth watching today. 6 years of AEW though, like I said, trying to bring all the styles of wrestling that I personally enjoy onto cable. That's why I prefer it. That's why it's the fun show for me to watch. And sometimes the other show is like work. It's
Mm.
just the way it is. It's just preferences. I've been to so many goddamn shows now, so many wrestling shows across the board, and the AEW ones are goddamn so fun. They're so big. I remember that was a big draw for me. Like, look at this kind of wrestling under these lights with
Sure.
that stage. Like this is awesome.
It was something you could only do with the video game previously.
Yep.
Basically, or that one all in, which was like
Yeah.
going back on it is so rinky dink now. Look, watching it now, it's like it's so ratchet, like so put
Look at
together
our
with tape.
massive Bullet Club logo.
But at the time, it was like
It was
we fucking
revolutionary.
did it. We fucking did it. We did it. It and to
My
this
favorite
day,
part will always be on the biggest stage he could have possibly had at that time. Cody does the most dusty thing he could have possibly ever done.
which is fucking puts himself over for the NWA championship. That there's no better tribute to Dusty Rhodes than Cody Rhodes putting himself over for the NWA championship and having that moment. It was just about that moment too. Like he wins the belt, he holds it up, we get the photos, and then the next month he drops it right back to all this. You can have that back,
You
big
should have
dog.
been.
How
You
the
should have
bet
been there.
starts.
Yeah, you should have been there. I remember, like John thought this was gonna be a marked change. I'm just like, he's dropping it right back. And then, like 3 weeks later, the rematch popped up. I was like, I fucking told you.
I wanted NWA to be like this umbrella company that brought in all the other indies and worked with international companies, like be
Just
the
like it
NWA,
did like decades ago.
right? I wanted the NWA to be the NWA. I thought that was the perfect time for it to happen, but
Too
Billy
much
Corgan
pride.
is a pussy, and Tony Khan just had more television influence, and he made shit happen. So he can't. That's just the way the game went. I still think someday he's gonna end up buying what's left of NWA from Billy Corgan, and that's gonna be the funny battle because WWE has always had like a weird legal trademark relationship thing with them, right? Like, how does that work? So there's like stuff that they can use that is NWA, but
Basically, everything they bought that is technically a WCW product, they can say is theirs.
They get
So
Jim
they
Crockett.
get to keep all the
anything.
Starcade stuff.
Yeah, they get all the Jim Crockett stuff. I think they get like GCW with a lot of that.
Yes,
too.
they did.
So,
Georgia Championship Wrestling, not you,
yeah, Mid Atlantic.
No, but that's gonna be. I think that's gonna happen. But I could talk about favorite moments and live and being able to. Obviously, one of the biggest things is my son got into wrestling because AEW existed. Like he wouldn't have otherwise. I trust me. I tried. I was like, let's watch it at home. Nothing. Let's go live. This guy was there for AJ Styles versus John Cena. It didn't do it for
Felt
me.
nothing.
Nothing. I was like, no kiss, no spark.
As he rewatched it,
Yeah, it hits a lot more. It's a lot
Okay.
differently now.
interesting.
But
I have
it
to
does.
say, like
It
one
does.
of the. Oh, go on, John.
No, I was just gonna say. I guess from knowing what wrestling is now and becoming a WWE fan afterwards because WWE actually got good. Like, lucky you. You didn't have to sit through the fucking. You didn't have to sit through the dark ages. He's a cherry
honestly.
pick.
I do want to say, like, one
It's
of
just interesting
the
psychologically that something that didn't hit
it is.
before hits now. Go ahead, Nick.
I was just gonna say real quick, like I was kind of like on the opposite side of the spectrum from where John was, because my mom was such a huge, not like a huge wrestling fan, but she was always around when like any of her sons would watch wrestling or when her own dad would watch wrestling. But there was nothing that ever really like drew her in
Yeah.
until AEW came along. That was the one thing that really, after how many years, she finally got taken in, and I think still to this day, it's one of her favorite things to do is to just sit back and watch AEW, even on her own without me being present. She'll still go through and watch whatever she can, and she was hardcore. Like she would keep up on everything. I'm talking Dark. I'm talking Elevation. I'm talking Rampage, baby. Like it was a little bit of everything, and the fact that she was by far like such a casual fan, but even then, like AEW really drew her in, and it was really cool for me too because I got to have that sort of bonding experience with my mom that is so unusual because of the fact that you get to experience the dawn of this whole new company together, and still for years going on, we still enjoy hanging out and watching it.
That's actually awesome. That's legit the opposite. That's the reverse way, the reverse
Yeah.
direction. That's cool. But yeah, man,
Shout
what
out to
you
Mama
guys?
Morocco.
So I was stalling so that you guys can have some time to think, and then I'll go after you so that I don't keep talking. But what is some of you guys' favorite, moment? Like what is AEW? What the fuck has it done for you? What are some of your favorite moments, wrestling wise, pay per view TV? Give me the whole shebang. Uh, you can go first, Greg.
I think the easiest one for me was like it gave me at the last possible moment it could. It gave me fucking uh the last vestiges of a healthy Kenny Omega versus the last vestiges of a healthy Bryan Danielson.
Yeah.
God, Brian Danielson's run.
Yeah.
Jesus.
The it in spite of whatever happened after, I think the CM Punk comeback moment is always something I'll like in a vacuum is something still very special to me.
The first dance was wild.
Yes, yeah, it was. That was something. Sold out a company on a rumor, and sold out a building on a rumor.
Back when Rampage mattered too.
Jeez, right? It's funny because I keep forgetting it's Rampage. It's that big.
Right. If ordinarily you think like, oh, that was from like an earlier Dynamite. No,
Yeah.
like, and that was back when like Rampage was like what everyone wanted with like, oh, imagine if Dynamite had that third hour, and Rampage was kind of acting as that makeshift third hour for a while.
Yeah, it's like telling people. It's like telling people that like that Goldberg pinned Hogan on. They're like, really?
I still believe CM Punk's AEW run so far. I mean, I'm sure he has got a lot more time to do better stuff, but I think overall his AEW run was better than what he's done in WWE so far. Though his Hell in a Cell match with Drew is probably the best match that he's had since he's come back. Good.
I agree with that.
Give you that. But yeah, Double or Nothing 2019 is what we have playing in the highlight reel corner for those who are curious.
Oh my God, it's FEMA.
It was such a they definitely wanted to get across the idea that they had international. They wanted to do international partnerships.
Yes.
AEW definitely wanted to partner with New Japan on day one, and New Japan was like, "Go to hell and fuck you and eat a dick. I hate
Stay
you.
away.
I actually hate you."
American company on the Turner Network, no.
Yeah, right.
Thankfully, AEW's willingness to let top wrestlers work wherever the fuck they want, even though they're signed, allowed bridges to exist. You had John Moxley, you had Chris Jericho.
Yeah. Also, some people in management got fired.
Harold Meiji, the piece of shit, was finally removed. And then things finally came around, and we got the big partnership. I still remember that first Forbidden Door was like that was such a big deal. It was like holy, we fucking did it. It was good times. And now it just reminded me of when we were supposed to have CM Punk versus Tanahashi that time. It didn't happen,
Oh
and it
yeah,
never will now, ever. That's the forever what if. That's a
that
crazy thing.
that was the Forbidden Door. Remember where everyone's like, "Oh, this is great," but we had so many people injured. Oh, okay, so it'll be
Yeah.
next year's Forbidden Door. Yeah.
Oh, some of them are gone. Jesus Christ, has Nyla Rose been in the company?
Yeah, she works there still, but not really. Like she works there, but where is
Yeah.
she? Right? Why are we still paying
Yeah.
Back
her?
when Angelico somewhat mattered.
Ah,
I remember this first AEW Double or Nothing felt like a blast of fresh air. Like
Yeah.
holy shit! Like this felt like watching a 2004 pay per view for some reason. Like for me, like nostalgia wise, like even though quality wise 2004 pay per views kind of sucked, but
Oh no, the
nostalgia
creepers.
wise. It was like, what the fuck? I'm like, this is bad. It was like that, literally that fucking, what was it? Transylvania, Despicable Me. I don't know what fucking DreamWorks fucking meme it is. The fucking guy's eating the cereal and it tastes like his mom's food or whatever. It was
uh,
that. It's taken back to my childhood. That first Double or Nothing. Uh, I watched it twice. I was like the first pay per view in years that I watched again. I'm gonna put
mm,
it on the next day. This is awesome. Uh, it's been fun. I've had fun.
So cool. It's been
um,
a ride.
I do also thank AEW at least for on a major scale giving me the Samoa Joe top guy run that I never got in WWE.
Yeah.
So many Ring of Honor pipe dream moments that I always thought Ring of Honor, like AW is honestly what I always thought Ring of Honor would be. This is how I thought Ring of Honor would end up. I don't know. I had it in my head that any company could go the ECW route and end up this fucking Phoenix and be on cable television. And I thought Ring of Honor would be the one to do it. And I feel like they got close. They really did. They got real close and they fumbled it.
Well, he
Uh,
suddenly got on a TV broadcast station.
that doesn't fucking
Yeah,
count,
something, right?
Craig.
Who
They
bought
didn't even
them?
get on Spike.
I
Because the station bought them, so they kind of owned it.
it counts. I do want to say, like, for me, I always saw AEW as sort of being like the what WCW would have led to like 20 years later, right? That was always how I felt. And by
Mm.
that same token, what I'll always appreciate for AEW is the fact that they were able to give Sting that final run that he deserved. And again, that whole Sting finale was so masterfully done. And I will always love that as someone who, growing up, was definitely one of the little stingers, and I got to feel like a little stinger again when I got to see that last
Oh my
match. And that was
god.
so good.
I the Sting AEW run, like from top to bottom, from the moment he arrived to the moment he left, we just perfect. There's not a
Yeah,
wasted moment with
and
Sting.
and it never
Even when he didn't
felt
have to
like
be there, he was there just with Darby.
yeah,
Like,
and like
like
it
it's a
never felt
moment.
like how when you see like Goldberg run the last several years, right? Like it never felt like
Yeah.
Sting was taking someone's slot. It never felt like Sting was burying younger talents for no reason.
Even though ironically he went undefeated for the entire run.
Right. Like
I
the way they
know
did
that's
that
what's
is so good.
crazy. That's the craziest part. Like he was undefeated the whole time,
Yeah.
and it never felt like he was taking anything from anyone.
Right.
And we always felt grateful too. Like that's probably what it was. Like just just like yay, it's Sting. We
It's
don't give a fuck
Sting.
about anything. We thought he was gone. Uh,
And we got to see the Nate sort of paying for what he said about Mick Foley by going through glass.
Oh my
he
god.
did. He did so many fucking outrageous things, man. I'm like just completely bananas. Scared. I'm scared for my life. Like I'm scared to watch this this thing up there type shit.
Sting on the ladder, Sting jumping off balconies. He was hanging out with Darby too
Oh
long.
God, the 3 Jerichos.
That was funny. I forgot that happened.
Remember when
Jericho
Jericho
was
was something like we was like, oh, this is cool.
I like Jericho. I think Jericho can still. It's not like I'm never gonna like Jericho again. I think he's
Eh,
fantastic.
when I watch Jericho now, it's just like gross.
Goddamn. I think I definitely got tired of what he was doing on the AEW TV at that, and now he's off TV and he's taking a break. And I hope when he comes back, it's something new, something different.
Yeah.
I can't imagine being like, I want him gone. Not me, not Chris Jericho.
You know what else I'll appreciate AEW for? I think another thing that really goes unmentioned is with Dark and Elevation during COVID, they kept a lot of indie wrestlers working and giving them a lot of money during a time that most wrestling promotions were completely inactive.
No, for sure. That's the pandemic run was where they really got their shit together. They really learned how to actually book a wrestling show, or Tony Khan did anyway. He's like, give me that book, I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out now.
He brought those creepers in. That's it.
Oh no.
Oh, and Mox
Yeah,
in
that's
there.
the day. That's when Cody decided I'm leaving. I'm leaving as soon as my contract's up.
Me.
This is supposed to be about the wrestlers, i.e., me. No.
I accidentally wrote myself into a corner. Oh no.
How can we fix it? He didn't want to fix anything. Liar. He's lying.
It worked out for him.
It worked out perfectly for Cody. Too perfectly.
Hey, remember Scorpio Sky?
I do. I don't think Tony Khan does. But yeah, man. 6 years of AEW. It's been fun. We've got another one this Sunday. The Double or Nothing card for this year. I had it because I was prepared. And now
Ollie through the ladder.
Now it's gone.
Now it's gone. But hey, while you are finding that, I'm going to announce my exit. So I wanted to thank all of you for hanging out with me during the portion of the show that I was on. And if you see me on Dirt Sheet Radio at Nick LaRocco, make sure you give me a follow there. I appreciate it, and I love you all.
Have a good night.
Night.
That's a good thing I did show up.
8 matches on the card this.
You want me to go with it? Oh, you found it. Okay.
Yeah, I see. I pulled them up on Wikipedia. I think they finalized. Nice. We're in sync, like the band. But I think we finalized the card tonight. I don't know if they'll add another match tomorrow on the Collision that's every Thursday.
Maybe.
But we got Jamie Hayter versus Mercedes Moné. The finals for the women's.
Girl?
That 70s girl who has explained that she dresses like that because she fucking likes it. It's not a gimmick.
This is who I am.
She is.
You should have said that 6 months ago.
You should have said that when you got here. That'll clear things up. We just got the Hurt Syndicate defending against the Sons of Texas. Why is this on pay-per-view? I feel like, well, first of all, Jamie Hayter versus Mercedes Moné finals for the women's Only Hard Cup. Greg, we have winning this.
I have Hayter winning it actually.
Really?
Just because Mercedes doesn't need it, and like that sounds like an easy thing to say, but like she's still got 3 belts, and it's not a title defense.
That's true. I think Jamie Hayter is the person I'd want to win. I don't know that she's going to win. I'm worried that they're big on giving Mercedes this moment at All In for some reason. But I really thought they would do Mercedes versus Athena. Why did they run that on that Boston card just because they were in Boston and it's Mercedes? Like that's such a weird thing to waste. I wonder if we're still gonna get back to that. And if we are, then Jamie winning here makes more sense.
Has she been on TV since?
No, she fucking disappeared.
Mm, I don't know. But you know where Athena is from?
Is she from Arizona?
She's from Texas.
Oh, well, yeah, there you go. I was gonna say, well, she could be in Arizona. But
No, she's from Texas. So that does wrap itself around to something. I can't imagine what.
at the very least, it's gonna be a
I was
good
gonna say,
match.
don't put me down here.
They're both really good. Mercedes works well with people that wrestle just like Jamie Hayter,
Mm,
Joshi style. It's
that
gonna be
is her.
fun.
That is her brand.
I do. I think Mercedes is gonna win this, but I really hope Jamie does.
Mm,
That's where I am with it.
that's fair.
But we get the Her Syndicate versus the Sons of Texas.
I don't think the match is as necessary as like the fact that we're running a prevailing angle with MJF.
Yeah, and I hate that it's this match though.
Do you?
They did a yeah. It's like this is such like a dynamite match. Like what the fuck are we doing right now?
Sammy Guevara gets back on pay per view because nothing.
Oh look, they announced another match for the pay per view on Collision. Spoiler alert, not really. The Paragon, Adam Cole, Roger Strong, and Kyle O'Reilly versus Kyle Fletcher, Takeshita, and Josh Alexander. Damn, that's gonna be some
Versus the
shit.
Don Callis family.
The Don Callis family. It's family. That's gonna be good shit. It's gonna be a lot better than this fucking match. This should end. This should end
Son of a
fast to give
bitch,
that match more time.
that just clicked for me.
What's that?
It's the Don Callis family.
What's
Like I'm so used to his name being Don Callis that like the title of Don just clicked.
I actually never put that together.
Okay, so
He's
we're
the
on the same
Don
boat.
Callis. The Don Callis. I never actually looked at it that way. Thanks for that, Greg.
You're welcome.
You ruined it. Nah.
Did I?
It's okay. MJF and the Hurt Syndicate is definitely the story here. I'm sure he's there. I'm sure he's gonna save the match for them, or probably cost them a match. That would be funny as fuck. But that would probably be more interesting.
I feel like it has. If that's this was one of these odd things, I guess, for me, where I'm just like, in my head, there has to be a confrontation because him joining the group is just the worst idea possible and flies in the face of everything I've always believed in when it comes to that group. But at the same time, like, it feels weird to make the Hurt Syndicate the baby faces.
I mean they're kind of not, but are because they being cheered, but they're also killing baby faces, and they're still really aggressive. And
Yeah, I always base that on the booking, not how people take to them, because those people are fucking weird. Evidence to the Max Caster thing earlier.
no, but so I guess we will see with this tag match. I imagine the Hurt Syndicate will retain, but it would be funny if MJF cost them and
God,
somehow
yeah, we got to put the
Dustin
belt
Rhodes
on those two.
Yeah. Ugh. The tag division is kind of shit right now.
Which is weird because it still has FTR in it.
I know, and they've still got a lot of good teams in it, but this is what's on the pay per view as the fucking tag title match. So fucking sue me.
Well, I
We
mean,
got
I guess
timeless.
I don't know. Once again, it's such an angle-driven match, and I guess you don't need the fucking top competition for the Hurt Syndicates to beat up, so we can talk about MJF.
Yes, that's true. That's true. They'll run it against some. They'll run it. They'll
Yeah.
run that against one of the main events on the NXT pay-per-view.
Because like it's one of those things. I forget the inciting angle that I remember this conversation from, but like it's one of those things where the match does not matter because we're going to talk about whatever angle they pull with MJF. So why
Yeah.
put something important on?
I guess I understand that, but it's also a pay-per-view where people paid per each viewing.
It's 4 hours. It's 4 hours. They won't remember.
Well, we did follow. We're gonna follow that up with Tony Storm versus Mina Shirakawa for the
See,
AEW Women's
they'll instantly
World
be distracted.
Championship. Very distracting. Mina just got here. I don't know. She ain't winning that shit, but it's gonna be fun.
Yeah,
Tony
no,
Storm retains easy.
that would be the shock of the night. we strapped Mina within 2 weeks.
Day one. Now.
After the
I
whole
understand,
Tony
but
Storm run,
whoa. No, I get it, but relax. FTR versus Daniel Garcia and Nigel McGuinness.
I don't like
Pretty
this.
sure. What's that?
I don't like this match.
Was it because Nigel's in it?
Yes.
That's not fair. That's not fair. He's gonna be fine. He's still great.
I feel the moment at Grand Slam is cheapened by him still wrestling.
I can see that. I think he's had so long away from the ring and being able to get in there. I don't think he's ready to just disappear.
I guess
I,
not.
I he did. He's had
Goddamn
the other
WrestleBug.
match. He's had the other match with Lee Moriarty. Oh God, damn! I was trying not to yawn, but it's fucking
Yeah,
it's
the
fucking
pure title match, right?
the pure title match, which is also real good.
And
But he's here
Moriarty
with
hasn't
Dave.
been seen since.
No, not at all. What did he do?
It's just a shame. Hell of a talent.
He's great. He's great. They had him with Shane Strickland, and I thought that was gonna work. I said Shane Strickland. That's fucking Swerve.
Was that the mole thing?
Yeah, Shane Taylor.
Oh, Shane Taylor promotion. Yeah, but they don't give a shit about Shane Taylor. Not in a serious way.
They were fucking good together though. Damn.
No,
Racism.
yeah, but I'm saying they don't give a shit about the Shane Taylor promotions. Not really.
No, not at all. But with Lee in it, it could have been good. Fuck y'all. FTR is probably gonna win this match. I don't see any reason why they should lose right now.
I don't either.
Daniel Garcia and Nigel are not a real tag team anyway.
And they should just get more promos with Stokely Hathaway.
It's true. Mark Briscoe versus Ricochet. Stretcher match.
My love for Mark Briscoe as a person still struggles against this odd, like, not top guy booking, but like heavy mid card booking we have for Mark.
I love it. I still think it's the craziest thing that I never expected ever in life. But we are here, and he is a featured cable television character weekly with seemingly a home in AEW. And I'm like, that's just fucking great. I love it.
Yeah. I don't know who wins this. I guess you keep the Ricochet hero thing going and just have him win, but I don't know.
He's a piece of shit, and if he's gonna lose to, and if he's probably going to cheat, and Mark Briscoe taking a loss doesn't hurt him.
No.
He's a fucking lovable goofball character that we have here. He can lose, and people will feel bad. And
Mark Briscoe's whole thing is not really about upward trajectory as a character.
Yeah, not now. Anyway, we could always do something later. Kenny Omega, Swerve Strickland, Willow Nightingale, and the Ops, Samoa Joe, Powerhouse Hobbs, and Katsuyori Shibata versus the Death Riders, John Moxley, Claudio Castagnoli, Marina Shafir and Willa Yuta and the Young Bucks, Matthew Jackson and Nicholas Jackson. Anarchy in the arena. Anarchy.
I still don't understand this pairing of the Young Bucks and the Skinheads.
They are working together because the Young Bucks want their favor. They don't want to get killed. They want this guy to like them. That's what I've got. That's what I've taken from it. They, I, I
Have
don't
they
know
even
which.
addressed it on TV?
Yeah, they. What was it? They had the Young Bucks. It's supposed to be behind closed doors though. Like they never said anything. Like they fucking showed the
That's what
Young
I mean
Bucks
by
go
I
like
mean
yeah.
outwardly addressed it.
Oh yeah. No, they haven't come out and kind of promo and said like we love them now.
Mm.
But because the ops, Swerve, Kenny, and Willow are so powerful, I think if they beat the Death Riders here, that's a really big victory for AEW. Uh, if that was gonna be the thing, I think this would have main evented, and they would have had a big confetti thing.
Yeah,
Like it
your
would have
audio's a little
been.
weird.
Can you hear me?
I hear you, but your audio feels
Okay.
like an echo chamber almost.
Did it?
You feel like you're in sound like
Well,
you're
I
in a
don't
big
know.
room.
Well, I am. I
You know what I mean?
don't know how to fix it. Uh, but yeah, shit. Who do you think is gonna win this match, Greg?
Hope I guess I guess in my head I'd say hopefully the ops. It's not like a match. It's such a bizarre match that it's not gonna hurt anyone, and you don't even have to pin Moxley. But I think it works in a sense like the slow weakening of Moxley and that group going into y'all in if they are to lose like they should. I'm basing it
Uh,
on that assumption.
that could happen. That could definitely happen. I wonder if the baby faces will somehow get screwed here, but I think the most I think most likely Gabe Kidd comes out to fucking fuck up the odds and cheat, be the mercenary, and gets cleared off by Eddie Kingston in a real good moment that lets the baby faces get that win. So
Sure.
shit, there's that. You're right about that. The ops, Kenny, Willow, and Swerve. First Anarchy in the arena to feature women.
The, oh God! Now I'm thinking about something else. Because if it's this whole desert gimmick, I don't want to. In my head, I don't want to lose the pop of like the world is cold theme.
Oh shit. No, they'll still. It's Eddie Kingston. They're just gonna lose their shit as
It's
soon as
not
that
the,
music
it's not
hits.
the same. That music when that's one of those. That's one of the few needle drop themes they have.
We'll see. I don't think the music because there's always a way to stop the music. Like the music plays, and there's always a way to somebody breaks
Right, but
the
are they gonna be
machine. Or,
in the building?
yeah, yeah, they'll be in the building. Anarchy
Because
in
they
the
said it's
arena
supposed
is
to be.
not like
I thought the desert thing was literal.
no, God,
Because I'm
no.
used to this whole match being in stupid shit like football fields.
Well, sir, you got the stadium stampede in the football fields, and then the Anarchy in the arena is in the arena. You get
I
the
heard them
they're
say
in the
anarchy in the
audience.
desert.
No, no, that was fucking. They might have just been
Was that just
using
dumb flavor
euphemisms,
text?
yeah, for like a
Okay.
show in Arizona.
Okay.
But this would
I
be
heard
in
anarchy in
the
the desert and I took that shit very literally. I thought we were
no
doing
this.
this. I thought we were doing the thing where the filthy animals bury Ric Flair in the fucking Arizona
Oh
desert.
my god, that would actually be hilarious. But no, this is a straight up hardcore match. I imagine we'll do the music thing. People really like that. Anarchy
Okay.
comes with music, and then sometime later on, Eddie's music will drop, and everybody will lose their shit. Ah! Hey, yo,
Okay.
bro, let's go.
So I had a misunderstanding of what the nature of this match was then.
Why is Kid not in this match? I don't think New Japan uh was okay with that. I feel like at some point he was planning to be there instead of Yuta, and New Japan was like, "Wait, so what's Anarchy in the Arena again? Like, how does
Why
that
is no
work?"
one talking to us?
You just said you were gonna use him. You didn't say you were gonna kill him. Uh, so that, yeah, that's on the card.
I wonder if the weird reaction in Japan helped.
The way people were like, "Oh wait, didn't he say he fucking loved New Japan? Why is he working with AEW?"
Isn't he all fuck AEW and fuck WWE?
He's still working there. I don't think that changes much. He's still appearing and getting paid to be there. Like that doesn't change very
But
much
like
at all.
that's sort of the person he was always like
No,
making
I
him out to
know,
be.
I
Like he,
know that. He's still even Yoda Suji said it in an interview uh earlier today. He pointed that out, but like he's still like not putting him in the match doesn't really change that he's still working there. Like
they
he's
seemed
still
very
there.
confused about that.
Yeah. No, God, no, no.
That might
I like
that really messes with the vibe.
how you supposed to brawl to that?
Like
uh,
you have to cut to like every few minutes you have to cut to Nana still dancing.
there was a what? How many have they done? They did Wild Thing. What was the other one? Judas? Was it Judas?
I don't remember.
It's like it might have been Judas. I know it was.
I really only
It was.
remember the Wild Thing one, which I thought was really good. Like that song lends itself to the brawl.
It's a great fucking match too. Eddie Kingston with that iconic gas can moment. I was there for that shit. Uh, but they did do Brian's theme, the final countdown. You're right. They did the final countdown.
God, that had to be expensive.
We'll play it again. Oh, that's right, because that's why they stopped it. I think Matt Jackson grabs the machine and breaks it, and he's like, "That's too expensive."
What do they
Yeah.
play after that?
Shit.
Because don't they
You
play
can't
something kind of
afford it.
lame?
No. I think they just stopped it. Like they broke it. Like they just broke the machine and
Oh,
it went silent.
also they can just have the match without music, and we can just get the needle drop.
Yeah, because the music never plays for the whole match. It loops like 2 or 3 times, and then the heel
Okay,
does something like Jericho, smash
I
the
felt
machine over somebody's head,
I felt
or
like Wild Thing
somebody.
did the full New Jack.
No, nobody's done the full match yet. I
Okay,
think 30 minutes. I think 30 minutes only works. And New Jack never goes 30 minutes. Like New Jack
now
wasn't going
God
30
help us all
minutes.
if he did.
No, these fucking Anarchy matches are long.
I don't know that. I
Uh,
don't know that we could. I don't know that people could stand 30 minutes of a New Jack match.
How many times you gonna dive off that balcony?
Jesus Christ! Ah, bang!
Kazuchika Okada versus Speedball Mike Bailey. It's gonna be a big one,
Jesus,
but Okada will retain that easily.
yes. And hopefully they have something to do with him after we do this damn Kenny Omega match.
This is all we got him for. This is what we brought him here for. No, I think we've got a lot of big matches to do still. Okada MJF, Okada Hangman, which is the match that got me to be a Hangman fan. Kazuchika Okada versus Hangman Page, 2018 G1 Climax. That was the match, and I was like, holy shit, this Hangman guy. I've been watching him since he was a fucking young boy. I wasn't taking him seriously at all. And that was the match. I was like, holy shit, he can go. Uh,
Mm.
I'd love to see that again 7 years later. Uh, just completely different wrestler Hangman is now, and even Okada, who, I mean, he was just a fight. He's been incredible for the last decade or more. But shit, 15 years now almost. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god. Okada versus Dustin. Shut the fuck up, Jesus.
Nah.
It'll be a good match though. You're right. It actually would be a good match. Like if we just did that on Dynamite, Dustin would probably kill that shit. Dustin always surprises me. I'm always like, oh my god, Dustin Rhodes is here, and then he's like, 20-minute banger. Like, shut the fuck up, Dustin. What the fuck? So main event though, Hangman Page versus Will Ospreay.
Okay.
We talked about this earlier when you weren't here, Greg. What do you think? Who's going to all in against John Moxley? The big show, the one to presumably take him down.
Um, I'd rather be Will Ospreay and like cap off the whole point of us signing this massive star.
World champion.
Yeah.
It makes sense. I can't say I disagree that Will Ospreay's trajectory seems to be headed here. Like I don't know what he would do if he lost. I like what are we even doing with him at all in if he lost another semi main nothing match doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, like you can, like Adam Page can lose this match and still deal with his like, confused toddler storyline going on. But like this is kind of what Will Ospreay was here for.
Not just that, like that's one thing, but they did the promo in the beginning of the show. You said you started at 9, so you missed a really fucking good Hangman and Osprey back to back and forth segment where Hangman essentially says, I need this world championship so that I can feel like I've got the respect of my family and the fans again. And I was like, well, if I know narratives, that's a man who does not need that world championship. He's got to find that in himself. Winning the world championship for that purpose doesn't actually work as a story. That makes your family really horrible people. Like, we needed dad to be a champion to fucking care about him. Like, that's horrible. I don't believe that. Like, as soon as he said that, I was like, oh shit. Uh,
Sure.
that he's not at that place. That's not happening.
But that's what I mean by,
Uh,
his confused toddler thing. The angle still
uh,
works without him getting the belt.
yeah, can't he? But there's a moment where there's going to come a time where he has to be world champion again because ultimately getting back to the top of the mountain is how these things work. But this doesn't make sense for it to be now, like at all. He's still got the swerve thing. The Young Bucks are still looming. That happened. That's got to get dealt with. So as much as I want Hangman to be world champion again, it's just not. It ain't time yet. It's time for Will Ospreay to be crowned the guy. So Jesus says Ospreay's got to win and face Mox unless they're gonna do MJF versus Mox, or MJF versus Ospreay again, which they're not gonna do that.
Why would you do
That's
that?
not. That's not, especially at the same show. What is this, Undertaker versus Kane? No, they're gonna do
I would
MJF.
have said Triple H.
Osprey versus John Moxley. It's also a match that's been kind of hanging there for a while. When the last thing that they did before Osprey came to AEW full time was Osprey, Moxley, and fucking David Finlay in that United States Championship match. And I
Mhm.
remember Osprey and Moxley basically saying, "We'll see each other down the line. I'll see you. We'll have that 1-on-1. We'll get to it, and it's probably time. Biggest stage you can do it on too. Interesting that we got here this way, but yeah. Will Osprey bringing back the big, beautiful gold AEW Championship belt is also going to be a nice moment.
Sure.
Let's fucking go. I miss it. John Moxley, you evil piece of shit. keeping that belt in a briefcase.
It'd be funny if they open up the briefcase and it's a brand new belt. Where did this
I would
happen?
I would die. I would die on the inside. No. Remember when AEW had Silas
Oh my
Young
god,
for like
that's
3
a reference.
minutes? Sent his ass home. Thank you, Milwaukee, or wherever he's from.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's Double or Nothing. That'll be this weekend. We also have Saturday night's main event.
Oh shit, we do.
Same fucking weekend. Uh, Interesting how that happens, isn't it? We got Jey Uso defending against Logan Paul. Jey Uso is definitely retaining, and he'll be defending the belts against Gunther after
Gunther.
that on the June 9th episode of Raw. Do you think Logan Paul is going to win, Greg?
No,
Do you think Logan Paul is going to be world champion?
I do
I
not.
think that this Saturday night's main event card looks a little kind of like it's like it's all right, it's okay. We got John Cena versus R-Truth. Because look at this. Jey Uso versus Logan Paul
Put it
and
up.
John Cena versus R-Truth. I
Can
have
you?
no, because I have a shitty AI one,
Okay.
and it's not even the right card. I was using the rest of it for my brain.
Nice.
Saturday night's main event number 39. 39th Saturday night's main event. Actually, I could pull it up now.
How nice is them to keep track of the history of it?
The Wikipedia.
Okay.
They haven't. It was me on Wikipedia. The
It was
Youngling
me,
Center. It was supposed to be a 4-day event, but they couldn't sell tickets to the NXT show.
Yeah, I heard
Which,
about that.
look, I mean, those people were smart. I've done 4-day WWE events. That fourth
Mm.
show is a bitch. I do not want to go. By that point, I'm like,
I'm
I don't
tired.
care. I will let that ticket go to waste. I'm not
tired,
going.
boss.
I'm not going. I wouldn't even go. Fuck that.
You're not gonna scalp it?
Not even. You can have it. Have the empty seat. John Cena versus R-Truth singles match, not for the world championship. I imagine R-Truth will take a quick loss here. He does say he want to beat John Cena's senses back to his senses.
Mm-hmm.
It isn't gonna happen though. Truth. I appreciate the effort.
I appreciate it.
CM Punk and Sami Zayn versus Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker.
Uh-huh. It sounds like a perfect Saturday night's main event match.
That does. Sounds like it's gonna open the show. That's how those things used to go, right? The big tag match would open the show.
The main event would open the show.
Yeah. It would be a big ass main event though.
I don't know if that's those guys or the title match.
Or the steel cage match.
That's fair.
There is a steel cage match on this
Damian
card.
Priest versus Drew McIntyre.
Is this the end of their feud? I've heard that Damian Priest is working hurt.
I thought the implication was that Drew was after that chokeslam.
He's just talking shit. I heard Damian Priest is the one who's coming in injured and working, just being strong and getting praised by all his peers. He got a fucking street named after him in the Bronx.
Yes, he did. Bless his heart.
I was like, what the fuck? That's what we do?
I mean, how many people do we have to name streets after?
I guess. That's a good point.
You gotta take them when you get them.
Did we do Cardi B Boulevard yet?
Shut the fuck up. I don't have to take your bullshit, John.
Who do you think is gonna win this tag match?
Um, Jesus. Yeah, probably the heels.
I guess that makes sense. This is
Oh my God,
not
no.
time for them to be in. Hey, Sue says, do we think Logan Paul's gonna join Seth Rollins' faction? Because he just wants people to crash out on social media. Because that's definitely what's gonna happen. Uh,
What?
Logan Paul is. I mean, people hate him because of like his outside of wrestling personality and the things in his past and the crypto scam and the
I mean, is his
fucking.
outside of wrestling personality much different?
Well, no, but when it's wrestling, it's a character. Outside of wrestling, people are like, this is his life. And how much of that is true,
It's
I
it's
don't
one of
actually know.
it's one of those things that we're booking Logan Paul as himself anyway. It's like it
Pretty
kind of
much.
comes with all that baggage.
So his heel stuff, for me, it doesn't feel like groundbreaking work. Like, oh wow, this Logan Paul is such a great heel. It kind of feels cheap.
Does anyone
Um,
think it is?
they do. People praise this shit, and they're like, "This is great. Logan Paul is such a great fucking heel, and he's such a
Really?
great wrestler."
I
I'm
feel like
like,
I feel like I can hear how overly written his stuff is.
that, and it just comes across, like everything is cheap heat. Everything he says feels like cheap heat shit. Easy peasy. Your town sucks. You guys all suck. What the fuck are you saying? Okay, like I get it, but
Local sports team,
so I don't see him like him and Seth Rollins and
which
Braun
I don't
Breaker. I
hate on.
mean, I guess
I love hating on local sports team. It works.
hey, it works. When it works, it works. But I can't. It can't be every fucking thing you do. I guess
No.
my camera died. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
We need to get you a better one.
no, this is a great camera. It tells me it's 2 hours.
Oh God, that fucking image.
This is two. Hulk Hogan at the end of his life. No, I don't know.
Ugh.
I don't know. I'm just joshing. I'm just joshing.
Oh
No,
God.
we got Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre cage match. Greg,
Um,
are you watching WWE television? Would you even fucking know?
I know they did the spot with the big south of heaven from the thing, and Drew they thought Drew got hurt.
He banged his head on the concrete, man. John Hogan, don't say that. Don't say that.
So I know he bumped his noggin, but I have not been
Yeah,
privy to what most of the Saturday Night's main event booking has been. I knew about Cena and Truth.
don't be there. But basically, they had the United States Championship match, and like you said, they cost each other that, so they're mad. And this is gonna be the end, says Damian Priest. They're in this cage, and if it is gonna be the end of the feud, then you should probably just give him to Drew McIntyre and move on. But I guess Damian's a big baby face for them, and he needs some momentum. Unless he's
Yeah.
actually hurt and he's gonna be leaving, then
Then yeah, I guess give it to Drew.
we'll see which way this goes.
Indeed.
Make sure to come over to Dirt Sheet Radio, where we will be live after Saturday night's main event for the post show rewind. It'll probably just be me, but who knows? Maybe I can rope Tyler into it. But he'll be busy with the NXT show that's running directly against AEW Double or Nothing.
Mm.
Interesting how that happens.
Which one is that?
NXT. I don't know what the fuck this one's called. They just take They're just takeovers to me.
uh,
Battleground? Is it? Is it? Yeah, it is. NXT Battleground this Sunday.
okay.
Booker T fell asleep because he's old. They had that picture of Booker T that went viral again a couple days ago of him sleeping at the announce desk, and uh, it was funny because NXT's boring as fuck.
Jesus. Yeah, I've got people who I know people who like really believe in NXT. I'm just like, hmm, I guess
Sorry.
it. Like maybe you like that brand of I admire them for the fact that they have very consistent storytelling, even if it isn't always great.
I was just pulling up Viking Brock Lesnar here.
I don't. Damn it, I can't even hate it. I kind of like the look.
Bring him back. Fuck it, fuck it, fuck it. No, no. I'm kidding. Oh my god. They're gonna get so mad. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. Clear that stuff up. He looks great, man. Viking Brock Lesnar in the ring would be interesting.
Yeah, like people felt
But
some kind of way about like braided beard Brock, but I thought that was an awesome look. I thought it was much better than the clean look.
yeah, I like Brock with the weird Viking looks because he is a big old fucking preacher. Yeah, this is Sable next to him too on the right.
Yeah, she looks great, honestly.
She does. She looks great. And
Like
so does Brock.
there are so many women from that era that did not age well. Rita looks great.
Don't say that, Greg. That's misogynistic.
No, there's a bunch of men who didn't age well either.
Oh, and that is
Have you
sexist.
seen Have you seen Brutus Beefcake? My God,
No, I try
or the
not to.
Nasty Boys?
No, I definitely try not to see the fucking Nasty Boys. Nasty Boys are like a bad. Nasty Boys are like the bad omen. When the Nasty Boys are on the card, you know you're about to see some garbage.
That's not always true.
No, it's definitely true in late era. My experience
When
with
they
the
did the
Nasty Boys
WCW hardcore
is
stuff, they were
late.
actually kind of fun.
My Nasty Boys is TNA Nasty Boys. The Nasty Boys
Really?
appeared in TNA. You knew that shit was gonna die.
I
Why
mean,
are they here?
yeah, they were super old and immobile back at that point. Yeah.
Yeah, that was my first experience with them. I mean, I knew of them. I'd seen the clips. I've watched the fucking documentaries where they appear on the side. Was, but yeah, I got bullshit old men, Hogan's friends,
You gotta watch the stuff
cronies.
where they're like doing um like the late '90s hardcore stuff in the WCW tag team division. They were kind of fun then. I
I will
don't
check
know.
this shit out.
I don't know if they wrestle Public Enemy, but it sounds like the perfect pair.
Jesus says Trish always looks good. That's very true. I
The
love
yoga
her.
helps.
The yoga, the exercise, the general good health, those things,
Yeah,
they all go hand in hand.
yeah.
But yeah, we got some other stuff to talk about this week.
Let's talk about it.
Fucking Roman Reigns
Let's talk about how
has
Miles Bourne is just a clone of Randy Orton they created.
oh Miles Bourne, Randy Orton clone with one genetic flaw. We'll past it.
That's how cloning works, John.
Yeah, it's always one thing. It's cool. They gave him superpowers. But yeah, Roman Reigns goes Hollywood.
Yes. Oh God, wait. I feel like you. Damn it! I can't be made to book shows because that's what I would do. Like Miles Bourne always has counters. You can see it coming.
Oh my god. He's wearing like a blindfold. No, wait, what? He's deaf.
No, he's deaf, but his eyes are better. Yes, he's making up for the other senses. His reflexes are top notch.
his touch is strong. I guess. I'm not sure how that one gets better.
But like you can't have him win by submission because he can't hear the bell.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good finish. He's
he
just
doesn't
holding
let
on.
go because he doesn't know the match is over.
We gotta reverse it. We've got to take the title away from him. The title that he just won. This, this, this is
You gotta
fucking
do it
great.
like the
Write this
UFC
down.
referees, so they have to like aggressively tap him. Stop, it's over.
Oh shit, that's real good. But yeah, no, listen.
Look at
Roman
us
Reigns
booking.
cast in the Street Fighter film. Um, he got now. They said Roman Reigns and Jason Momoa, and the
In
thing forever is
talks.
that they look just like each other. They do. They have a
Yes.
resemblance. Uh, they have similar tattoos. They both have long hair and beards, and they're islanders
Yes.
from different islands, of course.
Yes.
But so when they both got cast, the question was who? God damn it, who? And then it came out, and honestly, this has been out for months. In
The
April, it
Street
was
Fighter
rumored
movie?
that the rumor that Roman Reigns would play Akuma, but
I
I thought
hadn't
it
heard that
sounded
actually.
absurd. I didn't
I,
share it.
I hadn't heard
I
that at
thought
all.
it's,
Okay.
I didn't share it. I thought it sounded absurd. I was
Okay.
like, shut up. And Daniel RPK, rumored this shit in April,
Mm.
and I was like, man, shut the fuck up. And then today, Street Fighter, it announced that Roman was gonna be in the Street Fighter movie, and I was like, and that's when I wrote George like Roman Reigns is gonna be Akuma, and they're like,
Yeah.
what? They're like, shut the fuck up. And I'm like, yeah, Roman Reigns is gonna be Akuma, bro. And then all the reports started coming out that yeah, Roman Reigns is gonna be Akuma. I think Fightful, Jeff Snyder, a bunch of guys started talking, and it's like, what the fuck?
I'll say this. I think visually it kind of works. And
I can
because
see it.
Akuma is not a character that like pontificates very much, like you don't have to worry
Yeah,
about giving Roman a bunch of lines.
that's exactly why. Because I'm like, on top of that, you cast Jason Momoa in the film as well, and you would think that the bigger name would be the bigger name character. But like, if you need somebody who's not gonna talk very much and just kind of needs the look and just and has not minimal acting skills. I don't want to say minimal acting skills, but like you know the same reason they used to cast Gina Carino,
Carano.
like Carano, Carino, fucking Steve.
Carino. Jesus.
Gina Gina
Carino.
Carino. I need this to be a real person.
Oh my god. It's what's interesting in that sense is like yeah, like all he has to do is say a few words mostly and get his point across and look really fucking menacing and like there's a bit of the um there's a bit of the Akuma dress that kind of like works towards Roman's aesthetic. Like the necklace isn't that far from some of the island stuff you see them wear. Uh, the hair updo works because
Let
he's
me
been
ask you
rocking
a
that man
question.
bun for so long.
Do you know much about Akuma's lore?
Not a ton.
But isn't there a brother involved?
Are you asking me if Momoa's going to be playing a twin of some sorts?
Yeah, or some type of relative.
Okay, so
Cause
that means you haven't heard about who they think Roman is, who they think Momoa is playing.
no.
I got him listed as Blanca.
Oh shit, I didn't see that. I didn't see that at all.
Yes.
I mean shit. I can see it.
So I saw that the rumor was that Momoa was out for Blanca, and the gentleman that played the lead in the show Warrior would be Ryu.
I did see that Noah Centineo.
Would be
That's his name.
Ken.
Yeah, Ken, and then I forgot the
Andrew
stupid guy's name.
Koji.
There you go.
I got you, dog.
I knew it. I remember that it was like a real American but also Asian name, but I couldn't. I couldn't put it. I couldn't put it together.
It's the kind of American name that a parent gives their kid so they can get to school.
Yeah. Yes. So that you can be an actor in Hollywood without issue.
Yes. Because we're
Unfortunately,
not trying to have them attempt to pronounce Shihonjin.
I see. I've seen a lot of people complain. They saw Roman and they were like, "You're kidding me." As Akuma, are you on that train?
But no, because I pretty much just listed out all the reasons that it makes sense. Like
I
I don't know who you wanted for that or what idea of Akuma you had, but like I think he just needs to stand there, grumble, and say a few lines about giving over to the darkness.
I think Roman talked about wanting to go more into Hollywood, obviously like his cousin and like John Cena before him. And
Sure.
I think a lot of wrestlers are kind of want to see that top spot as a pipeline into an easier job that's going to make you similar, if not more money.
Yeah.
Uh, I think that Roman has the charisma to do things like this.
Okay.
I I I think he's gonna need a lot. I guess like all things, with experience, he'll get better.
Yeah.
But but I definitely see him spending more time in Hollywood, especially if this takes off.
Yeah, and like Roman's bump card is, close to done. Let's be
Yeah, he's
honest.
old.
He might not be old in the way people are thinking, but like he's been doing this for a very long time at a very
Nah, he's wrestling old.
yeah. He's wrestling old and like yeah, like I was gonna say he's been doing this for a very long time at a very high level. Like unlike a lot of guys, Roman was basically in a top spot from day one.
When they
That comes with a
still
lot
had
of
the
bumps.
house shows.
That too, yeah. So like that comes with a lot of bumps, and when people talk about the schedule he has today, it's like, yeah, man, you got to preserve that guy. He's got to get to the places you need him at.
That's big
You know,
money right there. The big money.
yeah. Cody can take his bus all over the place. He's still got some time left.
I wonder
And
how
even then,
much
Cody just
Dwayne.
shows up in a suit and cuts a promo most of the time anyway.
As I said, I wonder how much Dwayne can help Roman here in
In the
Hollywood.
film
Like,
realm,
yeah,
probably a lot.
you think, right? Because Hollywood is all about like connections,
Yeah,
and I think that they both probably can see the like it because I know Dwayne, like The Rock wants that match with Roman to be his retirement match. He wants
yeah.
that to be the last match he has in wrestling, and I imagine he wants it to be as big as possible.
And then they can
So
both go
now
to
he's
Hollywood together.
yeah, but I bet he wants them to come in as Hollywood guys, like both of them.
That's yeah.
Because
That's what I mean. And
because
they can both go to Hollywood together.
I don't think he's gonna be available to wrestle for a long time. They just announced The Rock for another A24 drama,
Yes, they did.
and that's on top of the Martin Scorsese film,
And on top of
and the
the Smashing Machine thing he's promoting now.
yeah yeah. So I don't see him ready to wrestle for a long time. Which at that
Yeah.
point I say, stay the fuck out of the storylines that are going on television, please, sir, because you're creating an expectation that you can't
It's like, no, you see,
fucking
the final boss has
satisfy.
done everything he needs to, and now we can go on to the other guys. I'm talking with my hands to distract you from this bullshit.
Hey, she says, do you think Roman is gonna go full Hollywood? Yeah,
I
I
think
mean,
it's going to start like the end of that
I
and
mean,
transition
it
into
dep-
full Hollywood.
it depends on if they want him. Triple H thought he was gonna go Hollywood. I bet Triple H thought he was transitioning into Hollywood. Triple H probably had his future planned out. I'm gonna get into acting. If Dwayne can do it, I can do
I feel like this job feels more like what Triple H would have, I don't know, planned for himself. But I get what you mean.
it. Yeah, that's why he took that summer off, Greg. That why the
What
chaperone exists.
the
It's
what?
the chaperone.
Oh,
The fucking chaperone.
they were
Blade
pushing.
Trinity.
In fairness, they were pushing a lot of people into movies back then.
Blade Trinity. He got Blade Trinity. They had the stars of Blade Trinity on Raw talking about how great Triple H was to work with.
John, they made a movie with DiBiase.
That does not account for Triple H's roles in Hollywood prior to WWE Studios. That man thought he had it coming. He thought it was going to happen.
Those WWE movies are not great anyway.
No, they're not good at all.
I enjoyed the Marine on some level, but
Everybody likes the Marine. The Marine is the good one, and then the
which is why
Condemned.
they made 6 more.
Did you get the Condemned with Stone Cold?
I never
And that's
saw
it.
that one.
You should watch it. It's actually a pretty good 2000s action film.
Is it not that bad?
No, it isn't. The Condemned is the other
I
good one.
I've seen one thing about The Condemned, which is somebody saying like everything in this movie is redeemed by using that fucking Nickelback song at the end. That's
it's
the only frame I've seen of that movie. The Far Away song.
it's what did they go? They all like prisoners on an island fighting to the death, like battle royale type shit.
I was thinking of like the grindhouse type stuff, but yeah, a bunch of prisoners and death matches because nobody cares about them.
I remember liking it, but yeah, WWE Studio stuff really stunk, including the Chaperone. Damn, that movie sucked.
And
Uh,
that Big Show movie they did.
the Big Show movie. They did a Halle Berry movie randomly. David Otunga was in it in a bit part. Why? I don't know. WWE Studios did some weird stuff.
They yeah, I mean, to some degree they still do, but it's not the stuff where they force wrestlers into lead roles anymore.
I don't think that division exists.
Um,
I think
I,
no, they just go off to real Hollywood now. Liv Morgan is out there doing, or she was out there doing
did they
the
say she was in
Tokyo Cop.
Japan doing it? Yeah.
Yeah, she was.
Mm.
It's a Japanese production. It's co-distributed or whatever by
Oh, is it?
Neon.
Okay. I didn't know it was
hmm
that big a project.
It is. It is.
She's gonna be the new It
But
Girl,
yeah.
John.
All right. I knew it. I just knew it. Like, shut up, PW Insider. You don't know dick about fucking Hollywood. Like, shut up.
John was mad.
I just because the wrestling outlet
Knucklehead,
like
that was the one
what the movie?
with the Big Show.
Oh shit! I forgot that they existed. Ew. Oh man, but yeah, Roman in Hollywood. I imagine there'll be more of this. We'll see him one more time in a Fast and Furious film.
Perhaps.
And
The last uh the last movie that seemed to have released under WWE Studios was Rumble that had Becky Lynch and Roman Reigns.
what year is that?
2021. It was an animated movie that was on Paramount Plus.
What the fuck is this? Rumble?
Rumble.
You sure it isn't Scooby Doo or something?
Paramount Plus original movie.
Ugh. No, keep it. No. I can't imagine what that must look like. I don't even want to know.
Oh, that's too bad. I'm sending you a photo.
God damn it. I was fine not knowing this ever existed. Well, I'm glad they
uh,
shut that shit down. Oof.
amusingly, a lot of stuff is listed or labeled under. A lot of their wrestling stuff is listed under WWE Studios on the television realm. So like, uh, LFG is technically called WWE Studios.
Wow. I haven't watched a millisecond of WWLG.
Same,
How have? Oh, okay. I was
same.
gonna ask you if you had.
I haven't either. I listen. My opinion on that show basically revolved around the idea that like you put all these people already have jobs.
Yep,
They're
yep,
not
yep,
competing
yep.
for anything.
I did
In
see that
fact,
one guy curse out Bubba Ray. That was funny.
oh, you would love that.
I I like that. I thought that was cute.
Jonathan, this is my favorite part of the show. Have you even watched it? No, but the Cold getting cussed out, and I'm here for it.
So if you ever touch me like that again, I was like, hell yeah.
Sounds like you fucking tell him, dog.
Fuck his fat ass up. He ain't doing nothing. You are 24. He's 50.
Oh man, loving WWE with Bianca and Montez. That's technically WWE Studios, apparently.
That was so funny. They slapped that Love and WWE thing on it at the last minute. Like, we have to
Did
make
they?
it. No, it's WWE related. It was just called something Bianca and Montez, some shit. And at the last minute, it was like Love and WWE. Shut the fuck up.
Loving basketball bullshit.
Racist.
The other one was also in 2021, which is the interactive thing they did on Netflix called Escape the Undertaker.
Oh, I remember that. That was cool.
In fact, recently Netflix has scrapped almost all of their interactive content.
So that means that shit is gone.
Yep,
But
they have abandoned it.
yeah, no,
Um,
fun times. At least Roman can go to real Hollywood and doesn't have to deal with this.
yeah, I will say the last big one they did, because like there was that main event thing they did with the small black child that I didn't care about, but technically the last big one they ever did was the one in 2019 called Fighting with My Family that had a future massive movie star in it.
That's right. Florence Pugh. No, Pugh. Pugh. No, she's great.
You
She's
gotta
great.
get
I
to
love
him
her.
early, John.
They did. She's always
When
gonna have that connection now.
yeah, when the price is low and they are unknown, and then you can be like, "Hey, you know that girl? Mm-hmm. She's
I, I
big."
always I always feel like I always feel that was my first Florence Pugh movie. But anytime she showed up in something after that, it's like look at Paige.
Yes, we used to torture Dan with that.
Look at Paige. Good stuff. But we I guess the last couple things we had to talk about here tonight, this morning, whenever it is that you're listening to us. What the fuck is this? Oh gosh, that's right. Triple H and his plan to take over the world. Oh
Yes.
god, see no evil.
Oh yeah. See, yeah, that was so long ago, but yes.
Triple H's plan to take over the world. They're gonna be launching NXT Europe this year, and you can tell because they're speeding up their signings of European talent. A tryout and many signings have occurred over the past few weeks. Uh, I don't know exactly what
I'm sending you the
NXT.
war table photo because you need to use it.
Oh God, that's right. Triple
The
H
war
is.
plans.
he got derailed by, but it's all coming to pass.
Yeah, COVID fucked up a lot of shit.
Well, less COVID and more Vince McMahon
Well, that too,
coming
yes.
back and removing Triple H from power, and
Yeah.
then getting kicked out and restoring his power.
There it is. I'm going to take
So,
over the world.
so they've got Mexico. They've got AAA. They've got the UK.
Have you seen
That means
AAA social media just like operating as if nothing has changed?
yeah, as if it's all normal. That's just like if WC. It's like that one episode of WCW Nitro, the last one.
Well, no, because they at least talked about Shane McMahon the entire episode.
Oh, that's right, because he was supposed to show up. Yeah, that's right. They
Yeah.
showed clips of him shaking hands and shit. But
Triple H just moved on
we
like no, it's just it's just another day. Like, no, it isn't. Don't fucking lie to me.
I just worried because he's got
How have you
Mexico.
not gotten his belt off Del Rio yet?
They've got the UK, and I think Del Rio's gonna be dropping it soon. They randomly shifted Hijo de Vikingo into a title match
Of
coming
course
up.
they did.
Yeah. And I was like, oh shit, there it is. But yeah, so this world domination plan, they've got Mexico, they've got the UK. I can imagine that means that they are desperately trying to get Japan.
Yeah.
They got the partnership with Noah, but God, Noah, if Noah ever sold to WWE, that would shatter me.
There are
That
so
would
many.
break my
There are so many
fucking heart.
emotional. There are so many emotional tethers that like Noah almost can't sell because the giant picture of Masama will cry real tears.
That's a betrayal. Like that's a betrayal. Like that's such a fucking betrayal. Like I can't even imagine. I would sooner imagine All Japan being sold to WWE.
Really?
History. I mean,
Well, yeah.
it,
I could see it.
it's got the history. They've tried. Johnny Ace went over to try to fucking
Multiple
get them
times.
to sell multiple times. And before that, when
Hot-
Bobo was still alive, trying to get them to work. Like they've been trying to work with WWF
I feel
in a
like
major way.
wasn't no, because he was gone by then. But like they were schmozzing Muda with that Hall of Fame spot for a long time.
Yeah. By the time they gave it to him, it's Noah now. But
Yeah.
yeah, they wanted that. There was many attempts by WWE to get All Japan,
It was
and
always
so if
like
that happened,
It was always like working relationship, but you knew where it was going.
what sucks is that if they buy All Japan, they won't have access to the fucking tape library.
No, because that belongs to the TV station.
Yeah, that sucks. Because but they also don't have the network anymore, so it doesn't matter. Like, cause what would they do with it? They ain't doing shit. It's not going on Netflix. Netflix is not doing an All Japan section. If they buy Noah,
Actually, like, when is the rest of it not on? Like, when is
there's
the
no plans
Peacock
for
deal
that.
like done?
Oh, the Peacock deal will end next year.
Oh, that's when everything expires.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I imagine Netflix will get it, but I don't think they have plans to put the whole library on there, which sucks. But this is life. We lost the WWE Network long ago,
Seems that way.
and not enough people were watching the classics. You fucking pieces of shit, all of you.
This was what it was for.
Anyway, so NXT.
There are two main purposes to that damn network: free pay-per-views and all the stuff you wanted access to.
That was so cool to just have. I guess we took advantage of that. Just having it, never actually diving in.
I've
know,
literally
Vin.
been watching like all the Bret Hart title matches recently.
I used the shit out of the WWE Network.
I just finished the Iron Man match on Monday.
Peacock is okay. Peacock
okay.
sucks, actually. I'm sorry. I can only imagine Netflix is going to be even worse when it comes to content.
It's not fun to search on.
Maybe Netflix will have a better search engine. But yeah, man,
Uh,
that's about everything. I guess this week we got Jeff Cobb, whose name got changed to JC Mateo.
which
I don't
I
really
was
know.
like, well, he does sound more Filipino now.
Somebody said it's like a combination of Jeff Cobb and Mata. I forgot what the fuck his Lucha Underground name
Matanza.
was. Matanza. Is that it? It's not like Matazana or some shit.
It might be it might be. I didn't really watch Lucha Underground like that. Did you?
No, me either. I didn't really get
Oh,
to
okay.
watch it like that. I don't have nothing against it. It's just that I streamed the first season on Netflix and I never got around to the rest of it.
Okay.
And then
It was not my type of show.
I liked the wrestling. I
Sure.
thought the wrestling was fun. They did a lot of cool shit, uh, dives off of buildings and shit like that. But I just never got. I didn't have El Rey Network either.
Uh, it was the soap, like the real TV soap aspect of it for me that turned me off.
I thought that was interesting. They kill people though.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
funny.
it's weird. And like these almost like WWE occasionally does it, and it's weird when they do like these overly produced segments that like no, this is a TV show.
It works when it works. I don't.
Occasionally,
I don't. I
but
don't
it makes me
have.
think of the time they tried to film a TV style dinner scene with Shane McMahon and Kane.
Oh my god! You know what that reminds me of? Braun Breaker and Apollo Crews in NXT
Oh, just
being
hanging out together,
filmed,
being bros.
just hanging out, going fishing, and eating at the restaurant. We got a title match this Sunday. Yeah, we do.
Yes, they plans like they still are.
He's my bro. My bald buddy.
Those segments encapsulate why John does not give a shit about NXT.
Cannot. Cannot.
It's just the idea of seeing Apollo and Braun Breaker just be buddies.
This is the build to our world title match.
Why are they going shopping?
I think they've gotten better since then. I don't know that the men's division is doing too much better, but the women's division is on fire at least.
Is it?
Roxy and Julia. Julia got called up immediately. What the
Yeah.
fuck was that about? What was this? You know, she's called up, right? But I don't feel good about it.
You
It
don't?
feels off. She comes into NXT. They make her world champion, but she gets overshadowed by Stephanie Baker.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't get why.
you don't?
Not really.
There's a combination of things. The booking, one, she got fucking
Is the booking
lucky
that
that
much better?
Julia got hurt or probably thought she was hurt or something, and they took the title off her abruptly, and then a few weeks later she was able to wrestle. So like she was like, I got this double champion thing going on. I got the win over Julia. We both came in at the same time. I got presented as superior. Uh, and then, of course, the bouncing knees moves and Booker T making the sound effects every time Stephanie butt cheek jiggle on the TV screen. These things have an effect when it comes to popularity in the wrestling community, which
I
is
think of the move as a funny thing on the side, but like in the grand calculus of things, I don't necessarily get it. Mostly just
then
because
you
like
haven't been paying attention.
mostly just because Stephanie McCurry just seems like a good wrestler, but something of a vacuum.
No, no, no. It's become a mainstream thing.
Like she's got a
Everyone
nice look,
loves
but like she just sort of stands there.
everyone loves Stephanie Becker, and it's greatly in part due to one, she looks fucking great, and two, Booker T. People don't like, oh, Booker T is being a pervert. No, it's not like he's not like, oh, I'm gonna spread Stephanie Becker like peanut butter. You know, like
Oh no, you should
he,
see the comments about. You should see the way people take his comments about Roxanne.
I mean, that's like actually like one of his children. Like people are corny about shit like that. I'm pretty sure he birthed her himself. You know, like he trained that child and watch it grow fast. Like that's something he's gonna be proud of for the rest of his life. What the fuck? People are foolish.
But like they feel like he makes comments that like sort of like accentuate her sexuality and whatnot. I'm just like, well, I don't know if she was sticking her ass to the camera, but
I don't know that it's ever meant that way.
it
Like
says
obviously
prodigy.
people talk people say things about sexuality or probably like, oh, she's pretty or whatever the fuck. I don't think Booker T is ever gonna see that girl that way. I don't know that man, but on a general human level, as a person who trained and then watched her grow and then was there for her and is rooting for her from the side, I just don't see it. But you know, I've been surprised before, I guess. Oh yeah, the Stephanie Vaquer thing, and Julia basically getting shoved off of NXT. That's how it feels like. It feels like she got shouldered off of NXT. Like Stephanie Vaquer's presence was too large, and we were just like, okay, Julia to SmackDown, where she's gonna have matches with fucking Zelina Vega and Chelsea Green. I get Chelsea Green's alright, but
He's like, why am I hating on Chelsea Green?
I don't know. I don't know. This doesn't feel right. Like, why is she here? Is Julia really main roster ready right now?
I mean,
Are you
compared to who? Ariana
compared
Grace?
to? Nah, I mean, in ring is like in ring. I guess if that's all they want from her, but this is WWE. That's not all they want from her.
I can never tell what they want from the woman.
From any character, they need them to
But then
like
why is Zoe Stark
fucking.
there?
She's not gonna be there for very much longer.
No, that's true, yes. But oh
Oh
god,
god,
that fucking knee was gnarly.
that was horrible. That was
Oh.
bad. I was like, damn. It's one of those things where I don't know how long she's been wrestling, but that looked like a real inexperienced thing.
No, as it was made, what was made apparent to me apparently was that Kyrie and her like were off timing wise, and that because like I guess Kyrie didn't turn around in time for the drop kick, apparently Zoe tried to stop it, which is the worst thing you probably could have done in that situation.
That's exactly what I mean. That is an inexperienced thing.
But at the same time,
Somebody
you also
else would
want to
have
save
known better.
Kyrie from a concussion.
Yeah, I mean that's for sure. But I mean, like I said, someone with more ring awareness would have had a better idea of how this is gonna go. Like right now, like when you make that decision
In
to
midair, I
pull
don't
your
know.
leg back, when you make the decision in midair, it's a split second thing. You don't have time to think, right? You just like it's happening.
Yeah, because I've
When
seen
she
Sean
did
try
that,
dumb shit like that.
when she did that springboard, Kyrie was not in position.
Yeah.
Did she think that Kyrie was gonna make it in time? I guess is what my question is. Like, 'cause she already wasn't in position, and I guess she probably just yelled her name or something and jumped instead of waiting, so that it didn't look awkward. But I don't know that they're going to keep her for much longer. This is a knee that was injured before, and now they're fucking firing people while they're injured. That's a thing they do now that they didn't do before.
Yeah, that's ugly.
I don't know. I don't know if we'll be seeing Zoe Starks again. Oh, Julia, Charlotte, and Bliss were on screen together for the announcement that Julia signed with SmackDown.
That's. Mm, mm, I don't like it. But I also don't like Charlotte on TV at this point. With her weird,
Why?
with her weird, weird like open front of her jeans thing.
They're doing a weird thing with Charlotte and Alexa too. I don't know what the fuck they're gonna be doing teaming up. I don't know why they would team up. They just
I
created this
haven't.
backstory out of nowhere too. Like, oh, when I came to NXT, you were the first person to open your arms to me when everyone else was being
Oh
mean.
God, it's the Tiffany story. No,
And I was like, what the fuck is this?
that's weird. I didn't see that. Last thing I saw, I forgot who I saw Alexa beat, but she was still doing that. Like they keep calling it the Sister Abigail, and I'm like, sure.
The Sister Abigail DDT.
They don't always add that part, even though I wait for them to do so.
Nia and Naomi teaming up. Oh god. Ew, brother. Ew. No, man. But I mean, that's it. That's us. That's everything to talk about this week in professional wrestling. Next
Mm.
week, we'll be talking about Dynamite, some stuff from over the weekend. I'm sure some things will happen. We'll have this Friday.
They've got a lot of
Will
events going on.
Ospreay, one half of the main event of AEW Double or Nothing, in the house here,
Yes,
in the house with us live,
bruv.
bro, talking shit with the bang, with the gang. Big shout out Danny Ocean for making it happen. Dershi Radio, Will Ospreay live here on Dershi Radio. 3NT
We're
Wrestling.
going to have him rank
Lashes and
Assassin's
Lariats.
Creed on air.
Actually, bro, I have to admit I've never played the game.
Wouldn't that be a revelation?
Oh god, that would be the clip of the fucking century.
Get it
But
killed.
please clip that.
Oh man.
But yeah, so this Friday, check us out. It'll be going up, clips will be going up, full interview will be going up right before the pay-per-view. We'll also have, as always, we're live after every major professional wrestling show. Excuse me, it's late. We have so many fucking shows,
Fuck you.
especially this weekend. This weekend, we've got a watch along for the NXT event. We've got a post show for Saturday night's main event, a post show for the AEW Double or Nothing, SmackDown post show, Monday Night Raw, Tuesday night NXT, Wednesday night
Mm,
With Us, Thursday night Impact, and Friday night SmackDown. All live post shows. Check them out.
yes.
Issue Radio. Follow us on social media. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. I'll be posting more TikToks. I'll post more TikToks. I fucking hate that place, but I'll post more. People are always liking the old videos and they're like, come back.
Post on TikTok about how much we love Utami Hayashishita.
A lot more than Rossi does. I'll tell you that much.
Post about how she's beautiful the way she is.
It's just me making my appeal. Well, Tommy, I love you. You're beautiful the way you are. Please come to America and get away from that evil man.
We love Torture Rack Bomb.
But yeah, man, check us out. Yoshi Radio. Follow us everywhere. We love you. Thank you for joining us, staying until the end of the night. Nick will be back when he can. Greg is here now. We love you all. Goodbye.
This concludes our broadcast day. Good night, and God bless.
The sport of professional wrestling.